Hello and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob and I'm joined by my explorative and vulnerable players, Mike, Matt and Dom, and I'm going to ask them the question that I always ask. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse, Omen War?
We left South Point.
Okay, what happened then?
We briefly stopped at the temple ruins, and then we, on our way to the mark on our map, the Observatory or whatever this tower thing is, we decided to go via the rock route, but just on the edge, between the rock route and the river, and head upstream that way.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion as to what was the best route. We didn't really think there was necessarily a best route, but it was the best of some options.
Best of the West.
Yeah.
We
continued our journey, and we were actually relatively unbothered, I think, for most of the journey, actually. I didn't think we came across all that much.
Pop did.
We got near the woods. When
Later Pop did.
What did you spot, Pop?
First he spotted a Slenderman who was following us.
A Slenderman.
Slenderman.
Like a Batman.
But we never really interacted with the Slenderman. However, we later spotted something else. But prior to that, there were some other things.
Yeah, we were camping at night, and Fleece was surprised by the complete lack of noise. No nature, nothing.
Yeah.
Complete silence, which was odd.
Yeah, absolutely. Fleece was put out by that. He's used to being in the mountains, and even there's some sound. But this was eerie silence, very unnatural. But yeah, we were disturbed slightly, but we continued. We knew we were going to come up against it on the way. We carried on.
But instead of coming up against it,
our route kind of edged us in and out of the woods, I think. 'Cause that's just the way it was. And we spotted an old chum,
Yes.
you might say.
Hodwin, the deserter.
That prick.
and
Faked
we
an injury
spoke to him for a
and
little
told
while.
us there was naught but a pig in the cave that was filled with far more.
Well, in
But
his
turns out
defence, as he stated, he never got into the cave. He was assaulted by a boar, and sadly, the failed heal check that was made upon him revealed that while indeed he was acting more hurt than he actually was, he still had received a little nick, as he called it.
Just a little nick. And he beautifully revealed himself to be Hogwin.
Hogwin.
Yeah, he was very much transformed into a wereboar, one of the moon swine that are disconnected from the lunar cycle by some strange, macabre cult-like ritual that they've undergone. But yes, they struck. He struck with his friends, rather his friends struck whilst he squealed on top of the cliff. And then ran away into the woods.
Some nice moments, or key moments in the fight, which I enjoyed. Vertigo from Pop is one of them fell over the cliff.
Fun, yeah,
Really
that was fun.
beautiful use of that spell. Yeah, very
On
nice.
a personal note, I liked the Heaven and Hell attacking from both fronts.
Yeah, that was sick.
But then
Yeah, Galaric and his new moves.
the drama of Fleece versus the other wereboar.
And the most wily wereboar anyone has ever seen.
Slippy
He
pig.
just kept knocking it down, and it was rolling around and dodging every attack. It was
It's like
Neo
trying to
in
grab
Matrix.
hold of an oiled up pig.
It was an oil, that pig, yeah.
And then eventually, because Fleece was incapable of landing a hit on it, Pop got slops.
Pop
And
did get slaps.
It was perfect, the Pop slops. It's just fun to say.
Pop slops.
Yep.
Yeah, then we got a little bit of loot, which was nice. Some nice boots.
We didn't pursue him.
Hogwin had dropped. We did not pursue him because we're not morons. We didn't want to go into the woods. I saw somebody online say that he was now Godwin, which I thought was very funny. Next time he comes back, I am in fact Godwin. Oh my god!
The next
Incredible.
evolution.
Right, well, that'll have to be assessed for sure.
Yeah.
You got that, and then that's when Pop.
Yeah, we moved on and made camp,
Yeah.
and Pop had a
Pop
little
stood on
chat.
the edge of the forest and
That's right.
reached out telepathically to what because he knew something. He felt like something was watching them.
That's right.
So he reached out telepathically and said, "What do you want?" And basically, the forest wanted secrets in exchange for safe passage. And because of what he saw through his mind's eye of some grotesque tree mutated being, Pop, well, having a little bit of a conversation and being very polite, decided she didn't want to give up any of his secrets and turned away and walked away.
And of course, that wasn't something that was planned. I don't think you could really plan that, but it is very satisfying that Dom is the only one that's actually seen what it looks like. You guys can only imagine the horror. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Refusing the offer, yes, to swap secrets for other secrets, and of course, safe passage. But then you were visited once again by an entity of some kind.
In the morning.
That's right.
We were resting.
Wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't. It's
Similar to
almost
the
like
Slenderman.
something that had been following you originally. That's right. That's correct.
Yeah. Still incredibly creepy, though.
And I remember Galaric went and woke up Pop, and Pop said, just ignore it. So what did Galaric do? He's interacted with it instead and went, please leave us alone, to which he raised his hands, this figure, this entity, and then all hell broke loose.
Yes, the long foreshadowed spell rain began to fall at the most inopportune time. Pop was able to be successful with his survivor role. Fleece and Galaric, you were not. And I described some magical effects at the end of last session, but we will say that they begin happening to you, foreshadowing what will happen should you fail the save, because I asked for the survival check, mentioned the fortitude saving throw, but we didn't actually go through with the results. So what I will do is, I will quickly bring us to a map that I've created in the meantime, between this last session and today. Because that's where we're going to return. Our adventurers, our heroes, are confronted by this ghastly sight that looms out at them. It is massive. It is huge.
That is not what I thought it was going to look like. Holy crap.
I thought Ansel levels of toil.
That's horrifying.
It seems that as it approaches, it begins to expand, as if imagine a sunrise falling and the shadows growing long. Imagine that being sped up, and for you to see this towering entity before you, looming out of the forest. It is at this point that I will ask Fleece and Galaric to perform a fortitude saving throw, and that will determine whether or not those effects happened or not.
Not bad. 25.
Galaric's going to call in some devil's favour for this. Oh! 17.
So, rather helpfully, Galaric, you unfortunately are exhausted, and you take the damage that you were given last time. Nothing has changed. Fleece, however, for a moment, you feel like there's a shuddering moment where you are drawn down and down. Pop, as you screamed, I told you not to interact with it. You watch as Fleece flickers in and out of different shapes and sizes. But Fleece, what is the part of you that protects you from being transformed by this rain that's falling about you?
actually, you know what? I know exactly what it is. I wasn't expecting this, so but yeah, I think that he starts to shrink, and from his perspective, you guys start to essentially get bigger, and all this does is reminds him of home, because everyone around him was way bigger than him. He was always surrounded by giants, and he's so much smaller, and it just basically reminded him of home and just gave him this inner strength, his home in the mountains. And yeah,
very good. And because of that, you're able to resist. Unfortunately, Galaric, you take that damage, and it's like a frozen hand.
Mike, roll a d10, not a d20 there.
Mike, reroll your fortitude saving throw. You're absolutely right. You've rolled a d10.
I
we were
missed that.
still on our warm-up rolls.
25.
Hey!
So you feel like this frozen grip is closing around you, Galaric, but actually you take half of what you received. I'm so sorry that I should have gone back and taken... just go halfway, but you were a max, I believe.
I was.
So if you go halfway back to where you were...
12 points of damage.
Okay. So in that case, you'll take half.
What time is it, Rob?
So it's very, very early in the morning, and while the rush front is always, as we've described, this overshadowed by these murky, terrible black clouds that roil above, there is the thin orange stain that you're familiar with that is the red sunrise behind it. The rain continues to fall, however. You have your arounds movement to take cover before the effect happens again.
Am I still fatigued or exhausted?
So because you saved, you are not exhausted. You only took half the damage as you usually would when you... Yeah, that kind of thing happens. So the rain is falling about you. Pop, where you are pressed at the moment, when you're nearby a rock, that means you can cover against it, just so you're aware, okay?
Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This terrible creature that has doubled, tripled in size, reaches out a hand, almost in a gesture of halting, a command to not approach. You feel like this thing is very much threatening you.
Oh shit, well, we can't fight it in the
5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. Double movement.
Yeah, it depends how big the rocks are, because I can also go straight.
Well, if that's the case, then I will be joining you in the square below.
That's fine. And if we just want to move,
your thing's there.
You look across Galaric and you see that guys has already taken the trouble to find his own shelter for the night, so is already covered, we will say. The entity is staring at you, as if guarding this entrance into the rot root. You are still on the very borders of the forest as you described, and it appears that this creature is standing in your way.
Is the creature sheltered by the trees above and around it, or is it just freely standing in the spell rain unbothered?
It's almost hard to tell where the trees end and the creature begins. It doesn't appear to be affected at all by the spell rain.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Do you want to try talking to it again, Galaric?
No! I came out of nowhere. I feel like I've walked a full day's travel. That's okay. Shake it off.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like my boots just aren't quite tight they just don't quite fit me. Like,
have you lost weight, Felice?
Yeah, I know. I just feel,
Look, do we as much as I would like an extra few minutes to get ready, is it just worth our time to leave now, and once we get out of
I don't think
range, take the
we need-
provisions and precautions then?
I think we need to stay in shelter.
Okay,
It's raining.
yes, once the rain subsides, go, and then if you... I don't know, Pop, I've not seen you do much in the mornings.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, you know how those...
Not seen me do much. Look, we've got more pressing issues than what I do or don't do in the mornings, Gallery.
I've
We've
seen
got this
wizards in the lot with a
creature.
book. I don't know if that's something you need to worry about, but if that is...
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, then once the rain subsides, I say we just pretend it's not there and keep on moving.
I mean, the rain tends to come in showers, doesn't it? The spell rain, as far as we've seen, because we've been out in it a couple of times in shelter.
I don't think we've ever actually been out in it.
You've never been in
We've
it.
seen it in the distance.
You've seen it in the distance.
No, we were sheltered in a gully from it at one point, weren't we? So we were under shelter, but it was around us.
Yeah.
You've never had it hit you. You've never been in it when it's fallen. You've managed to know it's coming and then hide and get into shelter. This is the first time it's ever landed on you where you've had to do a check.
Yeah. But I mean, like when it's hit us before, when it's been above us at least before, how long did it last? The last time, like, what's our experience on? Like, does it tend to be in showers?
Yeah, so it would have showered for about like an hour the last time, but it's like rain, you know. Who knows how long that could last?
Well, I think we just need to huddle. I will put my weapon on the ground at my feet and show that I am not a threat. And I'll just huddle where I am.
I'll be honest with you, I'm bloody freezing. I don't have my armor on, and all my weapons are over there by the fire. So, well, what's left of it.
Yeah, the fire has hissed and been extinguished. Can I ask what languages you guys know?
Oh, here we go.
Common and...
Save up till last. Giant, common, and elven.
Pop.
Galeric?
Infernal.
Okay. Common, gnome, elven, dwarven, celestial, draconic, and infernal.
Yet, despite this, none of you know this language. There is this strange warbling speech that echoes from the darkness of the forests.
We had said we'd heard that it was corrupted fae in the forest, hadn't we? That it would, you know, there was so it could be that it's speaking some sort of fae language.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I don't know. I don't think Fleece would have ever heard a fae language before, so he's got nothing to compare it to. But that's just the assumption.
It's pretty nightmarish to hear that combined with the overall appearance of the creature. It's it is quite vexing. And this goes on for some time. It appears just to be just chanting at you as you huddle there. A curtain of spell rain, the only thing between you and it. Is there anything else that you would do other than to lay your weapons down and wait, or is there anything you'd want to try?
I kind of want to know what it's saying. Don't be alarmed, but I am going to have a little chat with it.
I think this is
Don't
a
mind
good
me.
idea.
And Pop will classic Xavier style reach out telepathically.
You reach out telepathically, and it's your mind joins its. Now, this means that you can communicate with it regardless of language barriers. Is that correct?
I believe so. Let me just double check. What's the exact word? it says gaining the ability to communicate telepathically with any creature within 100 feet that has a language.
Okay.
I assume that means I don't necessarily need to speak the same language, but I don't
No,
know.
that's fine. You are the response comes in a collection of images as this thing is sort of beyond words in a sense. It's almost like a part of nature, corrupted and blackened, is twisting its will to you, Pop. And you see images of other animals and other travellers looking upon the borders of the rot route and being beckoned within, where vines and branches would then close about them, never for them to return from when they entered. Then you see that the creature once again lifts up a hand in warning. You detect that this creature is showing you the cost of coming into the rot route and is almost warning you of the result.
Interesting. It appears to be warning us not to enter the rot route. I don't know if it necessarily means us harm specifically.
So what was it that you were going to ask him again? Sorry, mate, just to recap.
So Pop will first say or communicate. Don't worry, we have no intention of going in the forest. Do you mean us harm?
The response shows that there is no will about it. It is simply the way of things that should you approach, you will be harmed. That is the feeling that returns to you when you're just looking at this shadowy entity. It doesn't appear to be enjoying threatening you. It doesn't appear to be reveling in this. It's almost like it's just bestowing some ancient truth to you. And you remember, Pop, that before you remember the description of the law of the land, that anything that did not belong in this land was in some way rejected, and that the Fae took this to an extreme. And now you can imagine that these corrupted entities take it even one further, that all life seemingly is extinguished in some way or other by the entities that live within the rot route. And you know that this would not be as a quick thing. This would be at the end of long torment, and you'll see like images of animals and travellers trapped within endless rows of thorns, unable to move because they're so badly pierced by things. You're seeing creatures made up of their own bones now being animated by vines that are reaching out to your mind's eye, Pop. This is almost a display, a violent psychic display of your potential fate, should you defy this being.
Yeah, Pop will speak out loud, but yes, I get the picture. Thank you. The mysterious Fae creature. Yes. The mysterious Fae creature does not explicitly mean us harm. However, it will do us harm.
This matters.
Yes. Should we enter the forest, it's not necessarily it either. The forest itself, I believe, will, well, based on what it showed me.
It is okay. It does not like intruders. Fair enough. It is not our land. We will not trespass. We will do our very best not to trespass.
Yes, once this rain subsides, we'll grab our belongings and be on our way.
We will skedaddle.
And all the while, as the rain continues to fall, the creature stands there. It is... Well, let's find out how many hours pass before the rain subsides. Galeric, roll me a D6 for me, please. For 5 long hours, you are nestled in the limited cover that you have as the spell rain just pours and pours and pours.
Galeric, I spy with my little eye something beginning with T.
I say for it, I must be a tree.
It's just trees. Yes, well done.
Yes.
Your turn.
Excellent. Pop, do you have any riddles or any mind games just to keep us going?
Oh, I've got mind games aplenty, but I suspect you wouldn't like the mind games I can play.
You know, like a good riddle.
A good riddle.
A good riddle, yes.
Well, how about...
Not to put you on the spot.
You're a smart fellow, Pop.
God. A riddle.
What have
I just want to make one up that doesn't make sense. Just see if you...
Yeah, so you'll pass the hours with a riddle that Pop gives you that doesn't have a specified answer, so that passes the time.
Is it a cow?
Explain how it could be a cow, Galeric, and I'll explain whether or not it is.
Because it has 4 legs, but it also has many others. These teats. So it has quite a lot of limbs.
Why are there teats?
I don't know.
So telling.
I don't know how well you know the anatomy of a cow, but it should be said that teats are not limbs, Galeric, so no.
Well,
that
I've been in
reason
hell
it's
for a
not a
long
cow.
time, Pop.
Well, maybe in hell, the teats are limbs.
Believe me. You don't want to fight a hell cow.
At some
When
point in history, teeth were limbs.
When it reaches hour 3 or 4, you can tell that the entity standing vigil here, you're not certain, but perhaps even it is growing tired of the continual guessing. Poppy isn't a master of illusions, but the illusion that this riddle has an answer is potentially one of his strongest achievements to date. Is there anything that you would like to prepare during this time, given your dangerous journey? You have nothing to prepare or do or anything in your supplies, or...
I need to put my armor on, but it's all over there.
Okay.
No.
Eventually then the rain subsides. Now this sadly means that this is 5 hours out of the somewhat of a head start that you had on knowing the true location of the horizon lens, the reason for you journeying this way. So 5 hours loss of that time. However, the rain eventually subsides, and as it does, this creature begins to fade into the trees. And is gone.
Goodbye.
Well,
Thank you for your company. All right.
Well,
Let us go.
Best company, to be honest.
We need to catch up.
wait, I need to put my armor on, but
I will help you.
yes, but is it still enchanted? With all that spell water?
Your magic armor does not appear to have been attacked or damaged by the spell rain. No, it appears to be fine.
Nice.
it seems only living entities are affected by this phenomena.
Interesting. Pop makes a note.
You know, it would be very handy to have some sort of, I don't know, caravan or cart. But obviously only very sensible people.
Very sensible people. With a
Maybe we should
cool
try
names.
and collect some spell rain in a container of some sort. Then we can
I
throw
don't
it on
know.
our enemies.
Pop, Galaric, Fleece, you can give me a spot check.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh,
27.
20.
Fleece, you get the picture, but Pop is sort of answers his question before he even posits it. You note, Pop, that in these rocky rocks around you,
Brilliant.
you see that, of course, there are sort of naturally formed basins in these ancient stones. And with that excellent spot check, both you and Fleece are easily able to find where this liquid has pooled. The look of it is perhaps a familiar one. If you were to look upon oil that has fallen onto water, that sort of those strange inky colours that swim in that situation. But imagine if that those colours seem to be multiplying and doubling and swirling about each other. There is some spell rain that has pooled here. You may attempt to take some.
Can we use any empty containers that previously held potion?
Yeah, you'll have a bunch. You'll have lots of vials from
I've
used health
got
potions.
loads.
Yes, there are lots of empty vials to hand.
I would like to collect some to see to see what it looks like over periods of time. Whether it loses its effect or whether or not I can chuck it on someone.
I would like you to roll a D100. This is going to use the same rolls, which is to apply a poison onto something without you accidentally touching it. Thankfully, there is a rule for something like this, so I'm going to use that. There will be a D100 percentile that you might accidentally get it on you.
37.
I should have said what the percentile is. It's 20%, so thankfully you are outside that. You're able to get a vial of spell rain. It has many effects, many of which you don't understand. So you won't have the full stats of it, but you feel confident that were you to throw this vial at someone, they may indeed succumb to the power of the rain.
Excellent. What fun.
You are 5 hours out of schedule. You estimate, however, this being the last day of the journey, that if you really push and go through some of the night now, you will arrive at the observatory, but it will be in the hours of darkness.
But that is okay. Galaric and Pop, if you go on Ergeis, and
Yes.
I can move at a pretty good pace. I am very fleet of foot.
Let me just give her guys some meat for the journey. Just
So we will move. A mutated horse.
Do you want to give it anything that's not meat? Like, anything?
Look,
Like some
I
hay
tried.
or
Hey.
I tried with hay, but he
Brains.
never really seemed to take to it.
You've addicted him to meat.
I think he knows what's good for him, and that's some protein.
There are no words sometimes.
I don't condone this sort of behavior.
So,
The statements of my character do not reflect personal opinions.
and your characters push further north, and you will be relieved to hear that finally, the rock route that sort of grips to the banks of the river that you've long been following soon fall away into this barren landscape. You now see looming above you a southern region of the Endless Wrokken, the great mountain range that spines Main Realm, the northern reaches of which are Fleece's home. But these are likely to be unfamiliar to you, Fleece, for the Wrokken is larger than most of the realms of Main Realm, and they hold a great amount of secrets. Let us see if you encounter anything on your final push towards the foot of the High Falls. And darkness is beginning to fall when finally you come to a winding path that's is moving higher and higher and steeper and steeper into the southern foothills of this great mountain range. And then before you see a revealed now fully, although you've seen the foam of it and the spray of it for miles away, you now can fully see the height of this massive waterfall. And silhouetted at the very top, you see it's almost toy-like from the distance. You see a tower perched upon the brow of the falls. However, as your vision guides down the falls, you see that there appears to be a fortified entrance at the very base of the falls.
That's lucky.
And that, you estimate, is your way in. Is there anything you'd like to do to prepare before you enter?
No, I don't think so.
We'd like to be.
Very good.
How subtle would we like to be? I don't. I mean, we know nothing of this place.
No.
We don't know if they're a friend or foe or anybody here.
If subtlety brings you comfort, then subtle we shall be.
Subtlety.
I think it probably can't hurt.
Pup will raise his arms and a umbrella of invisibility will rain down around us.
Don't say rain.
Will shelter down around us. We have approximately 8 minutes for this to last, so I
Excellent.
suggest we move quickly, as my abilities will only last a certain amount of time due to the abstract nature of magic and the difficulty in separating our...
Yes, very good. Let us go then.
You approach this doorway. Above a wrought iron door, you do see that there is a symbol carved into the stone that depicts a image of some kind. You can either give me a history or a knowledge the planes roll. Or Galaric, if it's better, your level.
Well, in that case, I'll give my level. Oh, and a critical.
13.
Galaric, this wisdom comes to you as a dream, as it is something that you have surely seen before. You have seen it before. You are looking upon a symbol of a half circle that most people would dismiss it as. But due to the age of this place, you can check very carefully and see that there are a number of rays emanating from this half circle. You're actually looking at the image of a setting sun upon the horizon. This, of course, being the symbol of the Horizon Walkers. A guild, a faction of rangers devoted to the craft of defending the borders of the known planes from the threat of predatory tomorrows. Threats from beyond the world. I believe that this might have been mentioned to you in off topic, talking to Delver, but this is when that memory awakens to you. Galaric was such a great role.
While Galaric is pondering that, Pop will explain some absolute horseshit about a society called the Weather Watchers, who often built towers at the top of waterfalls for better views across the lands, where they can observe the clouds moving across the skies and give warning to the people beneath of oncoming torrents.
That may be, Pop, but this particular symbol, this is for the Horizon Walkers. And I know Delver mentioned this, and there's some other memories that linger, but this is much older than you or I. Much bigger too.
Could be the walkers.
I'm not denying that this could be the tower of the Weather Watchers. It's just this particular symbol you see. This is the Horizon Walkers. So maybe they coexisted.
How have you come across such knowledge, such high learning, Galaric, of the symbol of a Horizon Walker?
You know, I don't know. Some words have been mentioned recently, but as I mentioned, my memories go back far and are never clear. So,
Convenient. Pop flounces off and starts looking at something else.
And I would like to take this opportunity to swear that by this campaign's end, you will have encountered the faction of the Weather Watchers. I hope one day we'll meet them. I hope we do. So
as he's looking at something else as well, Pop's explaining to himself about they do exist. They worship something that walks on the wind, and it brings weather with it, and their main purpose is to look out for it. But they also look at other weather,
like Stormlords.
I
don't know about
should continue before your incredible power comes to an end.
yes. So, with that said, are there any checks or preparations you'd like to make as you arrive and are looking at this door?
Can I search the door for traps and trinkets and things?
Yes, you can. You can do a search check for me.
I think that's what Pop wandered off to do in his mutterings. 21.
You don't find any traps of any kind. There doesn't appear to be any inherent danger. There don't, interestingly, seem to be any tracks around the door. The door is also, I will state, locked. You learn that from your search check as well. You can tell that this door is locked.
Very good.
Well, of course, the Weather Watchers wouldn't trap their door because they were very peaceful in the most part. Pop will pull out his long spoon lockpicks, and then attempts to unlock it.
Yeah, absolutely.
22.
Yeah, it's a well-practiced maneuver, and while it's an old lock, it is one that you know you are able to manipulate with ease. Pop. There is that satisfying clink and then a chunk, and the door creaks open. Immediately, you are gifted to a waft of dusty, stale air that has not moved in a very long time. And you are greeted with the sight of an entry hall, which I will bring you to now, hopefully, as you enter. Hopefully going to be able to drag you to where you are. Let's see. The bottom left-hand corner.
Yep.
So I will be able to ping you there if you're struggling.
Already.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah, there we are. You find yourself in this modest entrance hall. Cobwebs line the walls, dust on every surface you can look at. There appear to be some rather interesting magic lanterns that light the room with a dim hue, but they are coated with dust. Before you, that there is a door made of a similar material to the one you've just walked through. And to your left, there appears to be a plinth with some kind of decorative item upon it.
Shall we take a look at the plinth in greater detail? May disseminate whether this is a Horizon Walk place or a Weather Watch. I'm not saying which one it is. It could be, but this may give us a clue. I'm just saying the lock was very similar to locks that I've read about the Weather Watches. So,
Galeric
not saying
will
you're wrong.
use detect evil on the plinth and the items, and just to get a general feel.
Sure. Okay. Definitely do that. You cast Detect Evil. And I'm just bringing up the spell, just so I know what you will... Obviously, you will pick up evil, but under what conditions I must check. Okay. So, you, where you are stood, do not detect any evil as this occurs. You feel that your investigative power does not seem to respond to anything. But
it's a bit like a sweeping cone, but I'm just kind of focusing on that bit.
Yeah,
but,
a cone-shaped emanation. I understand. So you do that. Whilst you're doing that, you look at this thing in greater detail. You see that this is in fact a globe of some kind. Now, you might not have any ranks in this. Do you guys have anything in either geography or nature?
No ranks, no.
Just the planes.
Or cartography? Planes wouldn't really work.
Arcana.
Okay, just give me just your a straight intelligence check then. Maybe this is a bit too harsh of me. I don't know. It does depend on our interpretation of the setting.
12.
That's fine.
16.
14.
You all pass. That's fine. You all recognise this to be a depiction of the world that you inhabit. You might not recognise a number of the continents that are upon this world, but clear to see at the centre of this globe that is facing you at the moment, you see that there is a focus upon the land that we all know and love, the land of Main Realm.
It appears to be a globe.
Do you think this is how the Weather Watchers were surveying?
Don't patronise me, Galeric.
I'm being serious. If you think if this tower is for them, I stand behind you. You are the smartest one here.
Well, I did think maybe they would use it for...
You are curious because some people in this world argue that the world isn't round at all. Some people think that it's sort of like a 20-sided shape that rolls over and over on itself through a vacuum of some kind. But that's another story.
Were it only so simple.
Yeah.
Of course, one could envision the planes each being a side of the 20-sided...
Well, this kind of thing, it makes my head hurt.
But yeah, that's all that you see on the plinth, really, is just this globe.
Very well. Shall we move on?
Well, we can try. We don't know if the door is locked. Let us give it a
Why
go.
would you put a locked door inside a locked door?
Galaric's going to give the globe a spin. Just like,
It's-
trying to trace and see what happens.
It spins, and as it does, it makes quite a satisfying clicking noise, almost like when you spin, like a lock of some kind. As this noise is occurring, Fleece, you approach. Can you give me a spot check, please, as you approach that door?
Yes. 12.
You fail to see the thin line that is raised between two of those pillars, and you hear something loud echo behind the door.
It feels very Home Alone. I go, what is it? I put my ear against the door.
And it's boiling hot. No, there doesn't appear to be any further noise from that. You, Fleece, know what a noise trap is. You would have used them in hunting and to protect your camps in the wild. But as you've drawn close to the door, you do see that there's some writing carved into a plaque that is upon it. And it says, "I have no key, yet realms unfold, with powerful secrets new and old. Uphold now the law of the land, and choose the realm with a careful hand, where forests are deep and rivers wide, the fae stir with dreams inside. Turn me well and seek with care, what land unlocks the door from there."
Galaric, you said you wanted a riddle?
Yes, but what was that noise I just heard?
I have absolutely no idea. I think I sprung some sort of noise trap. So we are very much... Well, not necessarily we have given ourselves away. We are still invisible, but we are not being very quiet. Anyway, in order to undo this, I think you have to find something on the thing over there.
Well,
Go on, Galaric. You wanted a riddle, didn't you?
yes, and the answer to the earlier riddle, was it bagpipes?
If you'd care to explain why, I'll explain.
Because each limb makes a tooting sound, and by extension, each toot becomes its own resonance. And I haven't quite figured out the rest, but I can see a bagpipe in my head.
Well, have a little think. See if you can expand upon it. I'll let you know if you're right.
So you're a cad, you Pop. However, this.
Seems obvious to me that we've got to turn the globe to the correct land.
It does. It seems like this is the case, but it is not necessarily a land that we will know. It depends how well traveled we are. So perhaps if there is something we can see on the globe.
What have we got?
Forests and
Main
rivers.
realm.
There's somewhere with
Lockthorn.
particularly...
This one here says Casrasar. There's a giant void here that says the No, it's
Remains of Panday. No,
Yeah, it's been
no,
scrubbed
no,
out.
That's gone. No, that's gone.
It has not been scrubbed out.
Wow.
Don't erase
It's
me.
been moved.
Little joke there. Yeah, there's all sorts of different realms. If you, well, you could of course discuss what you think your answer might be if you already know. Otherwise, you can see if you can make any checks. It's really what you would argue you would use to solve this riddle.
Where are we? We're in Feyreald, aren't we?
You are in Feyreald.
Would it be Feyreald, where we are?
Are you
One way
going
to find out?
to turn it to Feyreald?
I shall.
You turn it so you're across the land of Main Realm, focusing on this southern region of that land. But it doesn't unlock.
Interesting.
You can give me a knowledge the planes roll if you have it, Galeric.
Yes, I do actually. Much, but we shall see. No, never mind. Galaric's too busy thinking about this bagpipe answer to a fake riddle.
Maybe focus on this one for now and
I
come back
can't
to
get
bagpipes.
this image out of my head. Is that or a spider? I just...
Did you know that bagpipes are the only instrument that are also considered a weapon of war?
How
Uh,
how detailed is the map?
Very detailed. There appears to be many known realms, both far to the east and far to the west of Main Realm. Galeric rightly said you'll see Lockthorn. You'll probably see a big void. You'll see Kakrasar. You see Vayrilion and the Sunset Shores.
Well, I know that because of where Fleece is from, he is aware of Cyrodiil, and it has forests and rivers and that sort of thing. And because it's one that he is aware of, he will turn the globe to Cyrodiil and see if that is a possible answer.
You turn it to Cyrodiil, and I very much love the thought of it because you're following the route that the elves took in the days of old. You turn to Cyrodiil, but still just shy of the correct answer. This, however, will trigger a memory of something that was mentioned in this very campaign. You can do a history check or your level, whichever one is better.
Level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 15.
16.
Pop and Galeric and Fleece. You get it. Galeric, Pop, you'll probably get a bit closer, but Fleece is immediately on it, and you remember this was mentioned at some point in the campaign already. Not that I was expecting you to remember it, but you do remember that this is somewhat of a trick question. The trick would be to insist, we're in Faereld, of course. However, this is referring to when the Fae first entered the world, which is upon an entirely different continent, in the far land known as Vayrilion, in the forests of the Einalar. And that, is where you would need to put the globe to make an unlock. And as you do so, there is a dunk, and you hear the door unlock. Can you give me a listen check, please?
No.
17.
Okay.
12.
No, it said that the Weather Watchers moved to Waverley and some of them.
Pop. You're the only one that catches this, and it is a hushed whisper that can be heard from behind the door. And it says, "Awake, my brothers. Our long vigil is at an end. Guests have arrived."
Brace yourselves. Pop says, but you hear it in your brains.
What on earth, Pop? What was that?
Pop will point to the door and point to his ear. And then do as if to gesture 2, 3, 4 more.
What do you do?
Please,
We turn the globe to the right place.
Yeah, it's unlocked the door.
Yeah, well, I was going to say we just figured it out, didn't we? So,
please,
all right, now
how do you feel about ramming this door down? Surprising those behind.
I don't know. I think that the problem is if I throw myself through the door, I throw myself into their attacks. They are prepared for us to break through the door, so it is throwing yourself into an ambush. It is not very clever. But we are invisible, yes? Depends how long it has taken.
Yeah, if that's not taken too long.
No. So it's in a duration of minutes, isn't it? Your invisibility, 8 minutes, you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
So we'll say, I think, just to be fair, we'll say about 2 minutes have passed for you to do that as you went through a few answers. So you'll have 6 minutes remaining of invisibility.
All right. In which case, then perhaps we carefully open the door, but we are invisible. It will make us seem really mysterious and spooky.
After you.
To strike
Okay.
fear.
And to be clear, do you have to still stay within the region of Pop to remain invisible? That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
Just to remind you guys that you have to stay close to each other to remain there. But Fleece, you throw open the door and you are greeted to a rather intimidating sight. First of all, you see a much larger depiction of the globe that you've been manipulating. A vast atrium is before you, where this giant sort of like illuminated globe built by some ancient craft you've never seen in your life. Around this, there are a number of fortified positions, which are manned by a number of individuals in scarlet red robes. As the door opens, there is a song of steel as vicious shining daggers are drawn, and by daggers, sorry, I should say short swords, are drawn in unison as the door is opened. But then there is a sudden hesitation. Come through! A voice comes from one of the leaders here. We know you triggered our alarm. Come through and face our judgment.
Pop will use ghost sound, which is fast becoming one of my favourite spells.
Good
to make the sound of a voice behind them saying, "We're already here."
They turn around in horror. They've got to do a disbelieve check, I believe, for ghost sound. Is that right?
Yes, whether or not they believe it, I guess that would.
They will 100%
Well,
still be distracted by it regardless. It's still a sound that
I
they're
don't
going
know
to
that-
react to.
That they have to do a disbelieve. They just hear something.
I'm pretty sure in the
They definitely-
description it says will disbelieve, but they
Yeah,
have
but I
to
mean,
investigate
what are they?
it to
What are
get
they
it.
believing or not? They're believing that they did hear it. It does exist.
Yeah, that's
Whether
what
they
I'm
believe
saying.
it actually
They'll
trying
still
to do-
react, but they won't. They can only determine it's false by interacting with it. But I don't know how.
You're trying to determine whether it's a spell.
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. So they'll turn around and appear to be distracted by that. For all intents and purposes, we'll say that because they are distracted and have no means of interacting with it, they'll be flat-footed. So they turn, looking to see what the noise was. What was the noise that was made? Oh, you said, wasn't it? We're already
Yeah,
inside,
it was.
or we're already
Yeah.
here. What happens then, guys?
I would rush an attack, but the thing is, we're not 100% sure that they're enemies. We don't know that they're enemies. Like
They did draw their
drawn weapons,
swords.
but they are in defensive positions, and we have entered their.
Give me a knowledge religion check, if you have it.
I don't have it.
I do have it, but I have no ranks in it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I probably
You-
got it, but no, right.
Do it anyway.
It would be insane for you to know this.
8.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. You can tell that they don't look particularly friendly. Their weapons don't appear to sing of virtue. They look like a particularly sinister bunch, but, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover. Where are you? Show yourself! Says another one of them.
Okay, how far away from Pop do I have to step to become visible?
10 feet.
I'm 5 feet. I'm 10
I mean, I
feet.
could
If
just
it goes further than
him.
that square, I'll become visible, right?
Yeah, and I guess Pop can decide to sort of accompany you so you don't step out of the range unless you are wanting to.
Plan was to become visible.
Okay.
So I will step forward away from you guys over to here. And I'll just step out of invisibility.
I like to do that.
You step out of invisibility. Do you say or do anything, or you just stand there and wait to see them react?
No, he will step forward. He'll put his axe up on his shoulder. He will hold up his other hand, and he will say, I have come to this place to seek refuge. I mean no harm.
They all start with alarm as this massive individual appears in their vision. A vision that some was the last thing that they saw was Fleece emerging from invisibility and then seeing nothing at all as they were immediately killed. So this time you actually see people fully get to react to this sight. They turn around and in horror they sort of like clutch at their weapons, but they have a resolve about them. They don't appear to be cowardly. One of them will say, "You come here seeking shelter, yet all you will find here is retribution. Intruder, the retribution of the blood judges." Roll initiative.
Oh no, not the blood judges.
Like,
I remember the blood judges.
Galaric should have been the one to go forward because he won't get the benefit of being invisible anyway.
Well, Galaric's ready to step forward, but
We're rolling initiative.
That's the best initiative I think Fleece has ever rolled.
14.
18, baby.
Was that yours, Pop 16?
It was.
Okay. Bear with. Pens run out. Classic. The blood judges, their weapons in hand, gleam a sinister scarlet almost. And they prepare themselves to meet you, Fleece. Because you're actually going first, what do you do?
Okay, so He's not going to not react. I think it's very obvious that they're about to attack him.
Big time.
Because they're lunging at him.
Yeah.
So he will react appropriately. Well, there's one right in front of him. I'm struggling to see I'm just trying to figure. So I'll do a 5-foot step to there. And they're both in range of me, I think?
Yes, yeah.
Nice. Just in case. Might not come into play, but it might. So he's just going to go ahead and do full round of attacks on the guy in front of him.
They're yet to move, so you're attacking their flat-footed armor class.
So I will take off 4.
Very good.
For a power attack. So the first attack, 17. Not so good.
17 is a hit against the flat-footed armor class. Yeah, you slam
Lovely.
into this guy in front of you. Absolutely.
And then no. Right. And then the second attack is a 1.
You swing wildly at him, and you miss his flat-footed on the second. So
that's a fumble. So with the first, I'll do the damage for the first attack.
yeah, please do. Yeah, please do.
And it was a power attack, so that's plus. So that's 30 damage.
Oh, you gravely wound this guy. He rises up to meet you, and you just carve through his chest with Boulevard. But then you swing for him again as he's not quite finished, but you whiff it totally. As you roll an 83.
Oh dear.
83. So it is hit friend if in threatened area. Otherwise, hit self for normal damage. So I want you to do... Well, it would be a separate roll, so normal damage, and I'm afraid you were power attacking, which does last the round, if I'm not mistaken. So you do 35 points of damage to yourself. How does Fleece manage this?
Oh.
You're muted, I think, mate. There we go, yep.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine, yep.
I really don't know how it's even possible. Well, he initially swings at the guy, and then I think the axe probably gets stuck in some of the protection they've got in front of them.
Yeah.
And in pulling it back out and maybe stumbling a little bit, the icicle side of the axe, the spiked side of the axe, probably goes deep into his thigh. And does him 30 fucking
Jeez, it's horrendous as well. Pop and Gallery, you're looking through the doorway, the threshold, and you watch Fleece do his usual strike, but then it just passes straight through into his own leg. But the second strike, and it's a ghastly wound. Anything else on your turn? No, it's fumble, right? I guess that's that, isn't it?
That's it, yeah, it was a full round of attack, so that's me.
Unfortunately, yeah, perhaps there are forces that look down upon you with chaotic energy, but also kind energy. For now, it is you, Pop, as you go second in the initiative.
Yes. So Pop will step underneath Galeric, or next to Galeric.
Oh, there we go.
Just so I can see the room. And he will use a a silent image to create 4 copies of Fleece, which he will then use ghost sound to yell in an attempt to copy Fleece's accent. Summon the might of the frost giants!
Nice.
So there are all these images of the army of the frost giants appear around the field. Matt, you can turn them around if you're bored when it's not your turn, because you should have control of those. Amazing. So they appear like that.
Well, I did, and they've all disappeared now. Oh, they're all over there.
I moved them
right.
up there
Sorry,
because
they
I
moved
think you
off
said
my street,
behind
didn't
them,
you?
right, Pop? Is that placement okay?
Yeah, because that's where the ghost sound emanated from. So
And it's almost like they're attacking the other side of their fortification as well, which is quite cool.
exactly.
And an alarm the blood judges. One of them yells, "We are surrounded!" And then, but well, it's not their turn yet. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn, Pop, as you summon these assailants?
No, that's it.
Nice, really nice.
Amazing. So as
I will now
they
be concentrating on the images to move them appropriately as people attack or not.
I love that. And as that's occurring, Galaric, that's like really bad initiative rolls from the blood judges.
Okay.
It is now your turn to enter the fray. What do you do?
Well, so still invisible?
You're in the range of Pop, so I imagine so, yes. Unless you want to leave. Yep.
15. I shall leave Pop's range there.
Yeah, very good. So you enter the room as well. You enter the fray. What do you do?
Just to add to the confusion, as I enter the room, I shall... This divine sort of steam radiating off Galaric again as he falls into a holy fury. But he is going to issue a test of metal to the room as he says, "Not only are there forces behind you, but you have to deal with me," as I force them to possibly attack only me.
Very
So
good.
DC 15.
Will save, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so... Okay, so that is 2 successes, 2 failures. For ease, we'll just say that these ones here, nearest you, succumb to your power, Galaric. You see that like their blood-stained, bloodshot eyes sort of like glare at you in this half light, in this under the silhouette of this great globe. They look upon you with murder in their gaze. But is there anything else that you're doing on your turn? I imagine that's just the beginning, right?
That's it, actually. I'm not going to attack because they're still flat-footed.
Very good.
Such heroic nonsense.
This is why I beckon them instead.
Oh, and they meet you. In that case, this one is going to take a free 5-foot step,
And it provokes an attack of opportunity for leaving my threat range, which is difficult terrain.
Oh yeah, so this even right. So as we were discussing, even when they first approach you,
Well, because my turn, I put them into my threat range. So now it's their turn.
you did.
They're
Yeah,
leaving my
fair
threat
enough.
range.
Yes,
they're
they
not charging
did.
me.
You did enter them. They did. Yeah, you put them in your threat range. You're absolutely right. So in that case, yeah, you get an attack of opportunity as he moves against you.
This one is going to suffer the full fires of Nessus, and also a furious strike from my holy
Very good.
wrath.
So he moves forward, clearly attempting to do something diabolical. But what do you do in answer?
Oh, that's not good.
You swing with the full might of Nessus behind your strike, but I'm afraid against his normal armor class, that is a miss. He ducks beneath your strike, and as he does, he brings up that short sword, and you see that he cuts into his own palm as he brings the blade in an arc before you, and a trail of blood follows it. I don't remember how well you remember the blood judges, but this guy is using a swift action to use Blade of Blood as he attempts to stab you in the heart. Galaric, what is your armor class?
23 against him.
Possibly a critical.
Oh, for God's sake.
Just a hit. So he ducks beneath your halberd and bam! This arc of bloody energy collides with you. First of all, the standard slashing damage is 7 points of slashing damage, and then heartbeats later, this surging, horrid feeling burns inside you as the Blade of Blood's magic affects you for a further 14 points of damage. And as he charges you, he says, "The Namarator, the Deathless!" That is his turn. This one also failed, so he's also going to go for you. He enters your threat range. I believe you get more than one attack of opportunity, don't you?
I get 2, yeah.
So do you take it as he takes that step?
I will, as he leaves that threat range. Because
he's compelled to flank himself, which is quite upsetting to me, but never mind.
Has that the Fire of Nessus ability used up for the day then?
Yeah, you swung and you missed.
Yeah, cool. That's absolutely fine. I will instead just do a Furious Strike as
Very
I
good.
channel more of that heavenly energy.
Yeah, you go for it. Roll it up.
Just to be aware, I can do the Furious Strike.
On attacks of opportunity, yeah, I remember.
But I can do that 4 times per combat.
Cool.
It's a point-based thing.
Nice.
Possibly a fumble.
You swing wildly and you miss, but is it a fumble? Let's find out.
We're not having a good time.
That is a fumble. Unfortunately,
mate.
you do not
you as
get the
well.
armor class, so you also have to roll a D100, please, Galaric, as this with advantage in your
This is where
hand.
you hit fleece, right?
Oh no, don't say that! It's a
No, he could as well. I think it's rolled twice. It might be.
95 is really bad.
Oh no!
This is really bad. Not as bad as it could have been. Please give me a dexterity check. Oh no, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. It's worse. It is worse. Galaric, you swing the glaive to try and catch him. He moves out of the way or whatever. You just wildly miss. Whatever result that led to this, you feel a twisted snap as your ankle just gives away totally. You twist your ankle. You are now going to move at half speed for 10 minutes. DC 20 dexterity check each round or fall prone.
Oh
No.
So why not let's begin with that dexterity check right now. Please give that to me, DC 20, or you're going to fall prone as you fumble.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's bad. And your full weight goes one way, but the weight on top of your ankle goes straight down. You turn on it horribly, and you clatter to the ground. Dreadful luck. Dreadful luck. And a terrible roll on the fumble table. As that is the end.
It was an attack of opportunity.
At the end of your turn. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, so he is yet to go. He, with glee, with triumph in his eyes, raises that short sword and brings it down. He gets a +4 to his attack because you're prone.
Oh no, mate!
What is your armor class against him?
Normally it's 22, but -4, that makes it 18.
I think he just Okay, so it's either one or the other. It's not both. I know we sometimes
When
go
you're
back
on
and
the
forth
4,
on this.
you get a -4 to your armor class.
Yes, so I'm on 18,
Okay.
just to keep that easy.
That is a hit. He slams this bloody short sword into. I didn't declare it. No, so this is just a normal. This is just a normal attack. I didn't declare he was going to do Blade of Blood. So he stabs you on the ground for a vicious 6 points of piercing damage. You feel the wind is knocked out of you as this occurs.
Galaric's rolling around like an injured football player.
It's He's
Now-
legitimately shattered his ankle.
I'm not
Possibly.
I'm not going to try and make little of the illusion because they will need to investigate it. However, the one that's right next to Fleece has just watched Fleece like smash his friend. So I think that one's going to go for him. The other one is going to rush to the rear to try and defend that thing, or to try and investigate that thing, shall we say. So this one is just going to do a 3-5-foot step to stand on that gangway there, and he just violently stabs down at you, Fleece, armor class.
My armor class is 17.
How do you defend yourself as this blade just comes scything down, but you parry block? What do you do?
I think he just knocks the blade to the side with the axe as he's about to swing into the guy that's attacking Galaric anyway. So
Very good. This one is going to rush to this one. He's going to get a will save. What's the DC for his disbelief pop?
DC 19.
He is locked in the most furious battle of his life. He rushes at this giant brave of the Blood Judge to engage this terrifying enemy, but he's now locked in this duel and is unable to do anything against that. You are slightly disturbed, however, as we're not at the end of the enemy initiative just yet. Hopefully depicted, you can see that there's a bit more of a shadow on the right side of the room. That's to show that walkway there is actually significantly higher. The staircase that's on the left side of the room winds up to a walkway, and upon that walkway there appears 2 other Blood Judges alerted to the sound of battle, and leering down over the edge. They are both going to act. This one here... let's see. No, he wouldn't see Pop because Pop's still in the doorway. So he will aim at Fleece. Fleece, can you please make a fortitude saving throw, please? DC 15.
Let me try. 24.
Child's play. You feel a tingling sensation which you dismiss with a shrug of your shoulders. However, the other Blood Judge is going to attempt to do something similar, this time to Galaric. Please do a fortitude saving throw.
Is it a poison effect?
It is not. DC 15.
26.
You as well dismiss this feeling. You do not succumb to this power either. We
Too
are
distracted by my ankle.
Yeah, we are back. Yeah, you probably don't even notice, to be fair. Yeah, we are back to the top of the round, Fleece. You've parried this guy that's gone over the thing and then shrugged off this magic power that they tried to hit you with. What do you do?
I will attack the one that is attacking Galaric.
The one that you're flanking, yeah.
Do I still get a flanking back?
Good
you
point.
Can still attack him, can't him, from the floor?
That's true. Yeah. That's right.
You can attack from the floor,
Yeah,
so I think you still get
yeah,
the
that's
flanking back.
fine. Yeah, we'll say he is. Yeah, no problem.
So I will go for him. We'll just do a normal attack.
Sure.
30.
Yeah, so this is a hit. Absolutely.
I don't know now because I could cleave if I kill him.
Well, you are hacking at the one that you've already hit, so you are most likely to hit.
Yeah. But I've got 2 attacks. If I kill him with the first, I could just attack him with the second. But cleave, if I cleave the second guy, it'll be back to my initial.
I'm going to be a stickler here, mate. You've declared that you're attacking him. Let's go for it.
Well, you could split your attacks.
Yeah, but you just
targets.
I don't understand. You're more likely to kill that one, thus more likely to get your cleave because that one's taken an injury and the other one hasn't. So I don't see. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter. You're not following. I'm not being clear.
Sure,
I'm going to attack him with my second attack as well.
Okay.
24.
Oh, I see. No, I do see what you mean. Roll your damage for your first attack.
22 points of damage.
You immediately kill that one.
Very good.
You cut him down in, well, whatever way you see fit, and then you can combine that with your description of what happens to this next guy as well.
So I think it's just a sharp axe to the center of the back of his head, because he's attacking Galaric. So it's just to dispatch him quickly, and then draw it out and go for the other guy.
Well, that other attack that you've rolled will land, so that's fine. That your second attack lands as well.
That's the second attack, so that's not a cleave. I can't cleave on with a 5-foot step anyway, because I haven't got it. There is an ability, I think, but I haven't got it, so I'll just...
I see.
21 points of damage to that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't fall, but it's a staggering wound.
And that is my turn.
Pop, it is your turn. You've watched as your friends have been beset by the Blood Judges and Ill Fortune. What do you do?
So Pop is still going to concentrate on the silent images so that they stay. And as one, they're about to converge on the one Blood Judge that's attacked one of them. And then he uses Ghost Sound, and that illusion shouts to the other three, "Now, get to the balcony!" And the one of them will stay where he is. The one that's attacking the Blood Judge will stay where he is, and then the one of the other three will go and stand near Galaric as if it's helping him, and the other two will start climbing the stairs at an appropriate speed for Fleece. I can't move them, I don't think.
No, sorry, yeah. It was on the fly.
It's much easier for Matt to do it, it's fine.
Do you want...
You can basically put them anywhere, though, can't you? So... I guess they would need to move at a realistic speed, wouldn't they? Otherwise, it wouldn't be given away. So just move your...
Yeah, they could move it slightly faster, but...
No, we can say you can move them at double... Like, you can do like a full round of movement. So, Fleece, if you just want to move your guys, double movement up the stairs as far as they can go. Leaving one to contest the guy that's with Galaric, one to contest the guy that's up there.
That one, the one you've just moved, needs to stay with the Blood Judge.
Yeah, one of them needs to stay here, mate.
Yeah, this one... Oh, that one needs to stay up there.
Yeah,
right, okay.
To hold him in place, yeah. There he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put one behind this guy to distract him.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You say that, right? And then these two are making their way up the stairs. I've been a bit rough with stairs and speed.
That's fine.
But that's roughly... I can move quite fast, so...
Yep, so they begin surging up the stairs, and the Blood Judges on...
Yelling a battle cry.
The Blood Judges on the gangway seem to panic and go, "He approaches, then he'll be met with blood." One of them screams. Anything else, Pop?
No, that's it, because if I cast anything else, they will disappear shortly.
Okay, so Fleece, Pop, Galaric, you're upon the ground. It doesn't say anything that you can't stand, but oh no, it says if you move. Half speed for 10 minutes, DC 20 check each round or fall prone, so you will have to take it to stand, unfortunately.
And that's the thing, half my movement would be spent to stand, which is all I could do, and then I'd fall. I mean, Galaric's in a lot of pain, but right now his priority, he knows something's not right, and he also knows that in his armour, he's not going to be agile enough to do that. So instead, he lets go of his glaive, and instead looks at the guy next to him, and is just going to go for it as he shouts, "Get away from me!" as this holy fury falls over his spiked gauntlet. Just a few kind of nicks there, as he's then going to attempt to swing up
Thunk.
and spark the guy next to him.
Okay.
This will be holy fury, but a 4-point power attack, because in for a penny, in for a pound.
Sure. This one bears over you having not taken any injury yet, but that might change. Let's find out.
So it's that plus that, take off 4, so we'll see.
Unfortunately, you swipe wildly from the ground, but he just like moves away with relative
Oh, I'm
ease.
sorry. Actually, you can be 4 less because I'm attacking from the ground. So technically, that's 10.
you
Yeah,
attacked
minus
at
four. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you swing wildly as they bear over you, Galaric. Anything else? That was an attack. You have your, well, whatever you can do. Other
Well, that
than
was a
move.
standard action, so that's.
You can try and stand up. There's nothing to stop you from trying. You'll just remain where you are if you fail.
And it also provokes an attack opportunity.
That's true.
So
It
I
would, yeah.
will stay where I am.
Okay. You remain where you are then, Galaric. The Blood Judges will continue on their turn now. This one is going to make a disbelief check because he believes Galaric to be vulnerable. He now is concerned about the massive frost giant that he believes is behind him. So he needs to make the check. Pop, remind me, please.
It will be DC 19.
19. Okay. That is an easy pass. He turns and dismisses the thing and knows it to be an illusion, and he says, "Falsehood!"
He senses the lack of blood.
Maybe. Now, interacting with something takes a standard action, if I'm not mistaken. He has to willingly, like, act and interact with it to learn of its... So he won't be able to attack, I don't believe, now.
Yeah, I guess.
I believe so. I believe it, on a lot of the descriptions of them, it says that it's an action for them to investigate. And that's the rules that we used for the dragon when the dragon was investigating. So we'll just go with it. So he, like, will dismiss it, but know them to be false now. Or at least I suppose he knows that one to be false. You could argue. I don't know. It's the spell.
Better not get confused and think fleece is false.
It's the spell, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
that's it
he's
now.
beaten the spell, so I will say that he's fine. He will know what the normal fleece is, but the others still are vexed. That's that one. 2 slain. The one that has taken a shot from Fleece is now going to go. He looks shocked at the power of your strike, Fleece. But he's also going to try and use the Blade of Blood upon you. Armor class.
17.
That is a hit. The red blade meets you in the ribs and does 5 points of piercing damage. And then, a heartbeat later, that searing pain through your very blood, you take... 18 points of damage from the blood strike as that dark magic takes its grip upon you, Fleece. That's him.
Ow.
He interacted. He's dead. That's him. This one is going to try and do another check because he's still locked in a battle with a duel. It was 19, isn't that right, Pop?
Indeed.
That's a failure. He remains locked in a duel for his life. This one is also sees that there's an opportunity to use the thing. So he's also going to try and do something from on high. You watch as he reaches out a hand as if to influence them in the ways that he was trying to influence Galaric and Fleece earlier, but it doesn't appear to have an effect. He fails the disbelief check as well, so he still believes there's a threat. This one is going to do the same. He's going to reach out a hand, and once again, he's going to target Fleece. With that, please make a Fortitude saving throw, DC 15.
Just say on my next turn, I was going to drop into a rage.
Cool.
Can I do that out of turn?
No.
No. Okay.
Only
I
if it's an
wasn't sure if it was
immediate
allowed or
action,
not.
which I don't think it is.
I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think it's a swift action, so it doesn't take an action necessarily in a round. But yeah, I don't think you can do it out of round. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's 21 anyway. It's fine.
You still dismiss it, and fury falls across the face of the Blood Judge, unable to get their most devastating power to work, it seems. That is them. We're back to the top of the round. Fleece, you shrug this feeling off once more. You're good to go.
So I'm going to take a 5-foot step. If my roll 20 will not to there. That's not a 5-foot step, is it? No.
That is a 5-foot step. Yeah.
All right, to there. Fine.
Yep. That's fine. Yep.
I don't. Yeah. They are flanking me, which is unfortunate.
They are, but the wounded man is to your
hopefully
right, and
So we're going to hit him first.
yeah,
Step forward. I drop into a rage, or a deep focus, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
And he will do. Let me see. We'll do a 4-point power attack because that makes it simple. 21
Is a hit.
for the first attack on him, and then this will be the second attack on the same guy. 13 minus 4. Right, got it. So second attack on him is 28.
Roll your
Better.
damage for your first one.
Oh, it's plus. It's only 25, oddly enough. Oh no, that's also plus an extra 8
4, yeah.
points.
Oh yeah, because doubles, yeah.
Of damage, so it's actually 33.
Amazing. Well, as I'm sure you could probably predict, you kill that one with your first strike. He was already wounded, so you kill him.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah, you've hit him.
So he is dead.
Yep, he falls headless to the ground, meaning that your next attack lands against the other one because you've already rolled that
once
other
again,
attack. Yep.
No need for a cleave. Lovely.
Do you critical on 19?
Unfortunately, not with the axe. It's a times 3 critical, which means it's a 20.
Sure.
The glot critical's on 19.
Next time.
So very close. And then 38. That's more like it. 38 points of damage.
We'll
to the
rewind.
second one.
You can describe how you kill both of them in one fluid action. You kill both.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I think that he does an overhead into the one guy, and it embeds into his skull. He turns his body, grabs the axe the other way underneath, and pulls it out of the one guy's head, bang, and just slams it into the others with the other side of the axe.
Incredible. Incredible. Full round of attacks. I believe that's you, Fleece.
That is my turn, but I will now be offering a hand down to Galaric, but obviously
Very
I can't
good.
do
You
anything.
reach to
The
aid
gesture is there.
Galaric. Yeah, for sure. Pop, it is your turn. You watch as Fleece is just given the blood judges their own imagery back to them, raining blood as they fall. What do you do?
So I'll take a step into the room.
You step into the room.
Just too far apart. Yeah, for now I'll continue sending the fleece clones up the stairs towards the casters on high.
Yep. So Fleece, if you'd like to use your movement to get them closer, yep, that would be perfect.
So they continue going
Up the stairs in a horrifying fashion.
So actually that one with a double move can get
Yeah,
down.
there we are.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that one can get, I mean, almost. So it can get to around there. But they're up there with them.
Very good, yeah, and they find themselves beset by the army of illusions. What else, Pop?
Can I then? No, because I'd have to cast a spell, and then on a condition, it would be cast, wouldn't it? Rather than on a condition, I cast a spell. Is that right?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So if I wanted to wait until something happened,
Oh, like a readied action, yeah, I see, yeah.
yeah, ready a spell.
You can ready a spell, yeah, that's no problem, yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
But I don't have to cast it before readying it. I just ready it and then
You ready it so it activates so you finish the final component, so it will happen like a readied attack. You bam, finish the spell when you're ready. That's fine.
But would I spend the spell regardless of whether or not? I said to
No, because you have to cast it to spend it. So no, you can ready for when you want to do it, and then once you've done it, it then costs the spell to do it. Yeah.
Cool. In which case, I'll ready a spell on the condition if the two on the balcony move within 20 feet of each other.
Okay.
So if they end up 5 foot closer together, basically.
Got it. That's you then, Pop. That's your turn.
Yep.
Galaric, it's your turn.
Is Pop's invisibility still going on?
Yes.
So Galaric at this point will ooch himself back 5 feet, just dragging himself along 5 feet. Just because he doesn't want to be invisible to do this, because his pride. He wants to be seen. As he does so, Galaric has learnt his lesson from the past, and he now has on his back his heavy crossbow, which he keeps forgetting to take off Ergeist, but I've added it to my sheet from here. I was like, no, it stays with him.
Okay.
So as a free action, well, as part of his move action, Galaric is able to draw it and then load it as well. That's all he can do, because he didn't have it loaded, so it's a full round action, basically, to draw it and then cock
I was
the
checking to
bolt.
see if you got a bonus, and it just said you can't do ranged weapons, and then in brackets, it's except for a crossbow. I was like, oh, thank fuck.
So you don't get any penalties
Well
for
done.
using a crossbow on the floor.
No, actually, I
unfortunately.
thought you got a bonus, because you do get a bonus in armor class against ranged attacks.
I think it's just that you don't get the
Should
minus
set down.
4 to attack. And I think that's kind of how the bonus works.
You don't get a bonus, doesn't say.
Yeah. No penalty, though.
Standard attack.
Very good. So, grizzled, leaning against the wall like it's your last stand, Galaric. You load the crossbow, ready to fire. Very cool indeed. That one's dead. That one's dead, and that one's dead. So we just move our vision now to the one that has is in contest with this one here. He has to do a disbelief check again. 19 still, Pop.
Yes, indeed.
He still thinks that that's an enemy, so is locked in the battle of his life with that thing. Our vision now moves up to this one. He is going to interact with this one. That is a success. He knows them to be illusions. A falsehood! He yells as he points at the giants. He's interacted, however, so he will remain where he is. This one is going to give me a D4, Dom. 1 and a 2, he's going to join his brethren, who he believes is under assault. 3 and a 4, he's going to aim down and continue what he was doing. He's going to continue what he's doing. He's not going to move into range, unfortunately. I'm very sorry.
No worries.
You can still trigger the spell if you prefer. But he's not going to meet that condition this round. Like, you'll have until the end of this round to do so, and he's the last one to act in this round, so I give the option if you want it. Or you can just not do it and do something else with it on your next turn. It's up to you.
No, I won't this turn. I might do it next turn.
Okay, so in that case then, he's
You
just
might be
going
able to encourage him with the other illusion when it moves. Definitely save it.
He's going to point. He still obviously can't target Pop. Doesn't know Pop's there, so it is the choice between Galaric and Fleece. This time he's going to aim for
Yeah,
Galaric.
Fleece is covered in the illusion as well, isn't he? So Fleece is still invisible now.
No, you don't become
You
invisible.
don't go back
again.
into invisibility once you leave it.
Yeah, once you've given it up.
But regardless, he has sort of been selecting one or the other, so it makes sense, unfortunately, Galaric. He is going to aim for you regardless. Fortitude saving throw, DC 15. It's just a matter of time.
25.
But the time is not yet now, as you resist once again, and there's a fury bubbling within the heart of the Blood Judge. Merely an acolyte in their order, unable to wield the power as effectively as his seniors, it seems. That's his turn. We're back to the top of the round. Fleece, you are surrounded by the Fallen. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to put a little skull at the top of my thing, so that we're sure that we know which one is me.
Nice, good idea. Very
and
good
I'm going
idea,
to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Had to stop to move the map. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I double move.
That terrifying primal speed. As you... and what the horrifying thing is... Actually, you know what? I'll save it. That's Fleece's turn. Pop, it's your turn.
Yeah. I feel like I'm wasting my time just doing this now. I don't think we're in as much danger. I will... which one was the one that disbelieved?
Top of the stairs at
was
the
it that
corner. Yeah, that's the one.
He disbelieves.
He disbelieves.
I will cast glitter dust on him.
Okay.
So all of the illusions break at that point.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, because it's concentration. So the ones in front of him explode into glitter. How high up are they there? Is it more than...
It's 50 feet in the air. It's quite... Like I say, it's a really vast atrium, so they're quite high up, just firing or attempting to fire down their power. They've been unsuccessful so far.
Cool. So he must make a will save or be blinded.
Very good.
Will save being DC 20.
He beats it by 1. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry,
He's
mate.
covered in glitter.
Yeah, there's like a... And he's just like... And then he stares down at... Well, we'll see. That's Pop. Is that your turn, Pop?
Yeah, it actually should have been 19, so he beats it by 2. But yes, that's my turn.
That's a real
And I appear.
It's covering someone in glitter, man.
Yeah.
You just know that if he does survive, this is not washing off for like...
It's never getting off his ceremonial blood
gonna be in
judge
his
robes.
head.
Yeah. Yeah, they're expensive as well. Galaric, it's your turn. You sit with a crossbow now loaded upon your... pressed against your shoulder.
Can I see this one? Do I have line of sight to the one on the deck through this
You
thing in
actually
the middle?
do, because the way that the frame is, it's just upon legs. That's actually mounted a bit higher, so you can move beneath that thing. So you could shoot beneath it. That's fine.
Then, in the prone, crossbow up.
Yeah.
My righteous anger falls in as I attempt another furious... Ooh, can I furious strike with a ranged weapon? I'll be very quick.
I wouldn't imagine so, but I've been surprised before by such things. Strike, I would say, is the...
You gain +2 bonus and your next attack apply to an enemy attack. Attack? Any attack, just so long as they're evil.
Cool. Well, why not? Let's do it then. Yeah, take aim and fire.
Yeah, as this sort of divine energy pours somewhat into the bolt, as Galaric angrily shoots through the pane.
Shoo!
So that's with a +2. Oh, that's possibly a critical.
Well, yeah. Oh my god, yes. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, it's just a hit.
Just a hit, yeah. The bolt slams into him. You can roll your damage.
As the fire, as a small amount of hellfire and divine energy do 14 points of damage.
Hey, not to be sniffed at, totally gives a shriek as the bolt just slams into him.
It's like the shotgun in Ghost Rider. Where he holds it in the shadow.
I love that very much. And he screams in pain. 14 points of damage. Jesus. He sort of leans agonized.
Nice.
And his gaze falls upon you. And there is anger there, as it is now his turn. He's going to immediately retaliate. He reaches out a hand. Please make a fortitude saving throw, please, Galaric.
27.
You are able to resist as he tries something, tries to take a hold of your very being, but he is unsuccessful and snarls with fury. This one at the top points at the charging fleece and says, "A falsehood!" And we'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we'll meet you at the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Very brave.
Yeah, you could argue that fanaticism has its own form of bravery.
Yeah.
He wields the blade and he believes you to be false. So he's gonna just he's gonna try and do the power.
Run through
That's a
me.
good point.
So
Yeah, he wouldn't even bother, would he? So he is just gonna run into you. Bam. He will do a normal attack. I know he can't because he's just done double movement.
It could be considered a bull rush.
No, I like it too much. I like it too much for that to be the thing. So he runs into you, and then in horror realizes that the source of the slaughter is right in front of him.
Literally just.
Oh no!
He just looks down.
This one at the top here is just gonna keep trying. Make a fortitude saving throw, please, Galaric.
Everyone rolls
26.
for one sometimes.
Yeah, not this session. It seems you're able to resist once more. He's desperately
Got our
trying. And,
ones
just,
out at the beginning of combat, didn't we?
and he's like, he just yells down from on high. He just yells, "This hasn't happened to me before." As he's in furious rage over not being able to do this very well. That is the end of the round. We're back to the top of the round. Fleece, you bear over the blood judge.
Well, this one on the stairs, let's take him down first, shall we? So we're going to attempt a touch.
Okay, yeah, so...
32 on his touch armor class.
Yes, that is a definite touch, yes.
And then it's going to be opposed trip.
Of course it is, yep, he will attempt it.
Oh, my lovely, lovely bonuses.
He's got to fall more than 90 degrees.
21.
He didn't do too badly, but still not quite good enough to beat that, sadly. He
Lovely.
fails,
So he falls prone.
and he just... Yeah, falls more than 90 degrees, we'll say, yeah.
Follow up with... how many points can you take off for a power attack?
Up to your base attack bonus max, so in your case, 7?
Yeah. Let's do... Yeah, go on. All or nothing, do you know what I mean? Let's do it. So we're going to take off 7, which takes us to this, but he is on his -4.
-4 to his armor class, that's right, yeah.
26.
An easy strike. He falls down and goes, as we say, more than 90 degrees, slams into the ground, and then the axe follows. Roll your damage.
It's that normally, and then it would be...
Oh my god.
Plus 14.
Plus 14.
Plus 14.
Which means altogether... It's only 36, actually. Put me up to a plus 30 on the attack. But
It is, however, just enough to kill him in one. What does it look like as he falls onto the stairs and then dies?
Amazing. I think that he trips him in such a way that he falls, so his head is over the edge of the stairs, and he uses it like an executioner's block. So his body is still on the stairs, but his head falls. We'll say, what is it, it's still about 40 feet, isn't it? Because we're not at the top of the stairs, about 40 feet from there. It just falls into the middle of the room, it just rolls.
Amazing.
Throws the axe back up on his shoulder and continues to charge.
And as Fleece continues to storm up the stairs, our vision moves now to Pop upon the ground. What do you do?
So Pop is going to target this one on the ground here.
Yeah, he was wounded with that bolt in his side. What do you do?
He's simply going to say, "You cannot move," and he's going to cast Hold Person.
Okay, cool. That is a will save then.
DC 19.
Oh,
Fuck.
No. He nearly does it, but he doesn't. He is held. He is one off.
And then Pop will look at Galaric and say, "Headshot practice."
Practicing headshots.
Yes, love the callback.
Love the callback of practicing headshots. Yeah, he's held, and now that lasts for a specific duration, if I'm not mistaken, Pop.
Yeah, 1 round per level, but he gets an additional chance to break free every round.
That's right, yeah. Okay. So we'll do our best to remember that. As he slightly bleeds out, as he's sort of paralysed in reaching out at you, Galaric, as it's now your turn.
My eyes make contact with where I think Pop is, and all I do instead...
No, you can see him.
I see you.
Yeah.
I'm making contact with you around there, and all you see me do is take a bolt from my quiver, put it into my crossbow, and load it.
It's a very lengthy process to load that crossbow.
Maintaining eye contact the whole time. Just
This one has no doubt, as you do that, Galaric, that you are due some judgment. Fortitude saving throw, please.
Fingers crossed. Oh no!
Shit. He's been desperate. He's been desperate for you to fail. Look at his little face.
Oh,
Finally, at last, the blood judge.
Actually, I think you get a +2 to fortitude saves when you're on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He is finally able to cast the calling card of the blood judge is Boiling Blood. You are now going to take 16 points of fire damage.
From
any form of I don't have any form of resistance to fire damage. You'd think I might, but I don't.
No, actually, you look really burnt, so I'd say you're pretty susceptible to fire damage. I would argue. He reaches out, and you feel this burning within you. Your blood is set on fire within your waking veins, Galaric, being driven, and suddenly you are returned to the fires of Nessus itself, the deepest layer of the Nine. That begins, and guess what? That's not going to go away for a while unless you do something about that. So that is his turn done. We are back to the top of the round. Felice, it is your turn. I'm so sorry. Oh no, yeah, he's held, sorry, so he's not doing anything. He spends his turn being held. But he gets a... Does he get a save on this turn? No, he's already...
On his turn, yeah.
So he would have that save, even though... Oh no, that counts for this round, doesn't it? So it would be his next turn he gets his save, right?
Yes, that would make more sense.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Sorry, Fleece, it is you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would get me to there. And obviously I can't change direction when charging, so I can't do a double move and charge, but he is held. So I'll just...
No, the one below
it's
is
him down
held.
there
Yeah,
that's
sadly.
In which case, Fleece will move to there, and he will stop.
Oh, okay.
And that is Fleece's turn.
Oh, I
Actually, because of the fact that he's only done part of his movement, he will enter into partial defense. Can you do that with just a moment?
You can technically go into full defense as a standard action. So total defense as standard gives you +4.
+4. I'll do that.
Very good. Okay. So as Fleece does that, and you sort of ready yourself in your defensive stance, we now move to Pop.
Let's try glitter test again. There's a glitter bomb explodes in front of this one here to try and blind him.
Yeah. Okay. Save.
DC 17.
Doesn't matter. He rolls a 1 on the die. That is definitely bad news for him. The last thing that he sees, at least for the time being, is Fleece get to the top of the stairs, and there's a searing blast of glitter as he is blinded, and he goes, "Ah!" That doesn't do any damage. However, that is going to provoke a concentration from him, which is 10 plus the damage dealt to concentrate on a spell. He hasn't had any damage, so that's just going to be DC 10 for his concentration check to see if he can hold the boiling blood upon Galaric. He passes. Roll on the die. So he's, with all of his malice, holding on to this power blindly, trying to burn Galaric alive from within. But blinded he is. Anything else, Pop?
No, that's it.
Galaric, you can make a fortitude saving throw to see if you can escape the boiling blood.
No.
Oh, God.
So on that guy's next turn, you'll take damage again. But for now, you may act as normal despite the searing pain within you. You've loaded the crossbow, I believe.
I have, and although the guy is held down there, Galaric feels awful for picking on such a helpless person.
Even with your, turned upside down ankle, even with your veins on fire, Galaric's on a hold. Fair play. What do you do?
For honour, Galaric will instead aim at the guy up top who's been blinded.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
Hey.
So he's blinded, so you are aiming at his flat-footed armor class. So there's more chance that you'll be able to shoot him.
It literally makes no difference on.
Oh yeah, of course, because, well, this is a good point. You know Pop's abilities. You could argue that Galaric might not know he's blinded, but I mean,
well, I did see him just go, "Ah!"
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, he is flat-footed, unfortunately.
Galaric sighs heavily as he's going to use one of his
Got any potions?
knight's challenges for the day, and will then.
I don't think blinded makes you flat-footed, does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because you can't.
He takes a -2 to armor class and loses his dex bonus to armor class as well.
Which is different to flat-footed.
It's the same thing.
It's the same effect. No, it's your ruling, Rob. I won't.
No, it's not my ruling. It's not me deciding who's going to shoot Galaric. You can decide if you want to shoot him. It's up to you.
Galaric has already resigned himself to taking that stab to his honour, as he'll go for the held on the ground floor. And the anger, that holy fury, that righteous, furious strike is now more at himself for having to do such a thing. You get no bonuses for being helpless with a ranged attack. It's still the same. 13 as that shot
uselessly. With your honour intact, your shot misses.
I get my honour
But
back.
perhaps the
How
intention
did
was
you
enough.
miss a static target?
I'm in a lot of pain, Fleece.
Yeah, you would. That's a good point, actually. He is just helpless.
It's the same as hitting.
Yeah, he's
a square,
helpless.
so armor class would be like.
Yeah,
10.
you're absolutely
You just have to
right.
hit the square.
You're
right?
absolutely right. He would be technically helpless, but you still have to shoot.
A helpless target is treated as having a dexterity of 0, so a -5 modifier. And that's it. So
So
they
if it
get
was
no
-5, then that would be a miss.
No. His dex is -5. So whatever his dex is, take it to 0, and then drop 5 more.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So his dex is at 0, so his modifier is -5.
That's a hit.
Hey!
Hit on that too.
And because that's a hit, that's an automatic critical because he is helpless.
Is it with a ranged attack, though?
Oh, yeah.
I think
it
you didn't
is
roll a
if I'm
critical.
next to them.
It isn't, because you can't.
Yeah. It's just a hit.
Pinpoint
You
as
just
much.
hit
Yeah,
him,
if I'm adjacent, then it would be. But I'm
Sure.
not.
Because you can't coup de grace. Basically, it would be a coup de grace, is what you're saying, an auto crit.
And you have to be literally right next to them.
Yeah,
to
you can't coup de grace with a ranged weapon, I don't think.
17 points of damage.
Oh, my goodness. Let me just check his number. Which one is he? Oh, my goodness. Sniper Elite style, we follow your crossbow quarrel. Where'd you hit him to kill him, Galeric?
Galaric's not the most dexterous, so he's gone for the largest target, just straight in the chest. But as he does, it's almost like he not only is he shot, but he's attacked from below with this assault of
Yes.
hellfire and blasted with holy radiance from above, as he's not only shot, but he's condemned and reviled in the same instance, as he's just assaulted on all fronts.
And I
Nice to
think,
see you sinking to our level, Galeric.
and because
Galaric's just looking at the floor at this point.
It was beautiful.
the quarrel lands hard at his chest, but the magic keeps him there, so he's just like, and just continues to be stood there as he bleeds out dead. One remains, and his concentration check succeeded. Galeric, you failed your save. You're going to take more boiling blood damage now, unfortunately. Not anywhere near as bad. That is 11 points of fire damage.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing. He's blind, so he's sort of fumbling around, but he's doing his best to concentrate on that, and that's all he can do. We're back to the top of the round. Fleece, what do you do?
Is he still? He's still blinded, isn't he?
He
Until
is
you're-
blind. Yes. He's blind.
Yes. Well, we go a doof, 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 and leap and land. We do a beautiful leap attack.
Can't see it, but you can hear it.
Oh my god,
yeah,
can you
you
imagine?
definitely can. I'll take off 7.
Imagination is much
He's-
worse than
He's blind, he's
anything
gonna lose
else.
a bunch of stuff. But then I add on 2 for charging. 31.
Yeah, that's an easy strike. Yeah, you land aggressively against his blinded defense. What's the damage? Bring it up.
Okay.
Oh,
This is going to be bad.
is it plus 21 or something?
21. You're funny.
I'm just thinking just the power attack, but
No.
Uh,
69 points of damage. It's plus 58. Power attack goes double, obviously, for the standard power attack, but then you multiply that by 3 when doing a leap attack, two-handed weapon. So the 3 took it to 42, just from the power attack.
And you can explain how he just evaporates from the strike.
I think,
how
well,
do you kill
this
him?
is another one where the leap attack kind of comes up and over, and he comes in from the side, and he hits him sort of under the arm, right through the chest. He chops him completely in half, whilst batting him over the edge. So his body kind of... I think in his mind, he was trying to see if he could get the blood splatter to reach all the way over to Galeric. Just as a sort of bit of a challenge for himself.
And hurtling in half, he Darth Mauls it all the way down, and splats hard upon the ground. Congratulations. While these heroes do not know them, you have defeated an old enemy. And that, I think, is going to be a great point for us to take a very short break. So if you like this video so far, give it a like. If you'd like to see more like it, give us a subscribe. And we'll be back after these short messages. We have returned, and our bold heroes, our brave adventurers, have been victorious over the Blood Judges. An old enemy, as we said previously, from another game. They lie strewn about, absolutely torn asunder from the battle. Really, the only thing that can be heard now is the distant rumbling that you can feel through your feet and through your hands if you were to touch any surface, the rumbling of the great falls that this structure is built alongside, and in the mountain next to it too, it seems. You look over the battlefield victorious. What do you do?
Yeah, same. Quaff the 2 cure moderate potions that I got.
Oh my gosh, you get through so many potions.
I know, back to no potions left at all.
Oh dear.
Do you want some of mine?
2d8 plus
2d8 plus 10, that's correct.
There's 1.
Ouchies.
And there's 2. 14 and 23. Need both of them.
Galaric will do the same. I'll combine them into one, so that would be 34 for the 2.
Glad.
Do you have any more moderate wound potions?
No, that was all of them.
Yeah, and I'm still significantly damaged.
Pop will give you a cure moderate wounds each and 2 cure light wounds each.
Oh, thanks.
How have you been saving potions?
Pop never gets hit.
Nobody seems to be able to hit me.
Doesn't get hit, does he?
It's true. I
well,
wish I could.
He's invisible for half of the battles, and then you guys are such a big distraction. Like, in terms of
very
what
grateful.
Pop actually does, it's nothing, like, it's spectacular, but it's nothing, like...
Galaric won't take that on just yet, but
will.
will use his lay on hands upon himself just to take some of the edge off.
Fliss will immediately take the cure moderate wounds. Thank you very much. I am still damaged.
You're a bit distant, Matt, with the mic.
Yeah,
Am I?
bit.
Oh
Up
dear.
and
Yeah,
down.
better now.
You're fine
That's
now.
better.
Better?
Yeah.
Gotcha. 19, 20.
While they're wrapping their wounds and drinking their juice, can Pop search the area?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Yes, you certainly can. Give us a search check.
Thank you. Yes, you must make sure you stay hydrated, you two. You've exerted yourselves a lot here. 31.
That's really good. Okay, so first of all, you are able to investigate the Blood Judges themselves. These each bear a blade that is just masterwork. There wasn't anything particularly good about them, but they are sort of like infused with a red colour to them, sort of like a red gleam to the blade, so you suspect you might be able to sell them for masterwork price, perhaps plus a bit extra.
With them,
Is that 6 of them?
That's right, yeah, they each bear one, yes, that's right.
6
Six
straight into
masterwork
the
short
saddlebag
swords.
folding.
Yeah, that's right.
Already on that.
Let's see. One of them bears a opened missive that details orders for these blood judges to progress as planned, to steal into the realm of Faerel by way of Ireland, and to take the observatory and hold it for the great task that is at hand. And it is signed by a Lord Nemoritor.
I'm assuming we don't know who that is based on our rolls about who the blood judges are failing.
Give me a religion check.
Intelligence.
That's on you, Galaric. You're the only one who has it.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
If it's, I have no religion.
It'd be straight up intelligence, which is
I can do straight intelligence. It'd have to be
Yeah,
very
roll.
good.
Yeah.
It won't.
17.
7.
18.
No, you have no idea. You have no idea who Lord Nemoritor is, but whoever he is, he seems insistent that this place be held by these forces. And they made a good effort of it, of course, with these defences that they've made. And they made a good job of masking their presence as well, but they sadly were overheard by you guys, so you were ready for them when you went through that door. They don't appear to have anything of other significance upon them other than standard supplies, but because, Pop, you have such an excellent roll, you discover there is a hidden compartment beneath the great globe that gleams in the centre of the atrium. You are able to find a secret compartment with a number of scrolls inside. And a note. We'll get to the note in a moment, but first of all, let us determine the scrolls that you find. There is one that was always going to be in there because that's attached to the note. So, you know what, let's just determine the random scrolls first of all. So if you'd like to roll a D100 for me, please, Pop.
74.
You find a scroll of pyrotechnics, which is a second level arcane spell. Fleece, would you like to roll a D100, please?
43.
You find a scroll of invisibility sphere.
That one is the first one that I got that I can actually cast.
Yep, a third level
Really
arcane
useful.
spell, yep.
Because it'll be there and you don't have to waste a spell. Lovely.
And Mike, can you also roll me a D100, please?
74.
A scroll of
Exactly what-
remove curse.
That's exactly what Pop rolled.
But this is a separate table.
I know. It's just a big coincidence, that's all. You both got 74.
Very good.
Very nice.
There's also a scroll that isn't a magic scroll, that's rolled up around a particular item. The scroll is battered and it says Brave Henrik, should you endeavour inside the observatory, know that there is a dangerous path that you must take to reach the reach that place of high learning. While the records do not explain why, this wand may prove useful. And this writ is rolled up around a wand that looks quite battered and well used. A successful spellcraft check will let you know what it is. But it's not going to be the easiest check.
Oh, good. 19.
Let me just check. You are fairly certain that you have a wand of disintegrate.
What? A battered wand of disintegrate.
Yes, you, from the looks of it, can tell that if if the power that you suspect that resides within this wand is true, you will wield a mighty power should you choose to use it. It does seem like it has a limited number of uses. You suspect it might only be one use. But whoever Henrik was, you suspect that they may never have received this message, or it is well hidden here. In terms of anything else, you see these dusty crates, old supply, and ruined, nothing of further use.
During this time, Galaric has removed his helmet. This is how serious he's taking this. He's taken off one of the boot on his battered ankle, and he's scooched himself next to some wooden barricades and is attempting to find some good wood to just form a brace to hold himself together whilst he's in this observatory.
You don't feel like you are down and out. You're certainly down, Galaric, but you're not out. So you have 10 minutes before you are going to be able to stand. Of course, a death sentence and a fight, but yeah, just to let you
Galaric's,
know. Yeah.
Thematically, this is what Galaric is doing to combat that time limit.
I like that very much, yeah.
Fleece will will come over and he will lift your ankle and he'll put it on his axe, on the flat side of his axe. Here's ice pack.
Thank you.
Aww.
Ice pack, that's so cool. Yeah, it's soothing, very much so, and you're sure that in time you'll be able to walk on it. Though the lofty stairs that wind around this room, Galaric, don't look too appealing.
Yes, he's got a slight limp for the rest of the adventure, but that's okay.
So are you going to wait that duration, or is there anything you want to do during that time that you're letting Galaric recover, or do you just leave him behind, guys?
Yeah.
Leave him.
See ya!
In it. If you... we don't wait for anybody. You know. Well, I mean, you've done a pretty comprehensive search, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much more to be found. You were very thorough. So,
Always am.
I think that we can pretty much just wait until Galaric feels a little better.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
can continue.
Surrounding locations like up here, down this corridor.
That's right. So as Galaric's finally getting better and you're pretty much ready to go, Galaric, in this time, Pop, you've looked upstairs then, and Fleece, you'd have had a look too while she was slaughtering up there. Mm-hmm. There is indeed a pathway that leads north above us in terms of the map layout, and a corridor that winds around to a few other entrance points as well. There is a door around the corner that is sort of, its entrance is layered with a strange blue tile that bedecks the floor.
Galaric limps up the stairs, using his glaive as sort of like a walking stick.
It is good to see you back on your feet, my friend.
Yes, that was unexpected.
It was unfortunate for both of us.
Yes, I think
Neither of us had a particularly good time in that
I
fight.
must be honest, Fleece, for a moment when I missed him, I thought I was going to hit you. And I think in my panic, I moved myself and then fumbled and, well, twisted my ankle.
I
quite
would not
badly.
have blamed you because I already hit myself. I have
Yes.
never done myself this much harm with my own weapon before.
Yes, like your leg looks more frozen than usual.
It is uncomfortable, I have to say. But I will be fine.
So are we exploring down here?
If you both like, when we get
door
out
do
here,
you-
I can show you some combat techniques. Just to
I
really.
think that is. I think that is probably a very good idea, Bob. Save us from ourselves.
Exactly. More about finesse than power sometimes.
Yes. Which door?
A great question. So there's one here and there's one around there. Yeah.
So there is. While you're there, Pop,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You open the door, and you're opening the door on what looks to be a long corridor that sweeps far away to the eastern direction. And immediately the sounds of falling water is magnified. And stepping through, you see that the long corridor drops away into a vast open space where water is cascading inside, diverted somehow into the part of the mountain that this structure is built inside.
Very interesting.
It is just an open-ended corridor.
Stand up there. Edge, not too close.
It is
Wouldn't
quite
want to
strange.
Tumble in.
Pop, as you move that way, you well, first of all, you look out and you see a massive waterfall. This isn't the waterfall that's outside, by the way. Like I say, this is a falls that is seemingly diverted into an internal cavern within the mountain. Can you give me a spot check, please?
Of course. Only 15.
So that's enough to tell you one thing, first of all. Oh, sorry. 15. 8 for Fleece. Galaric?
you never know. No.
Okay. Yeah, Pop, you're the only one to notice. First of all, you can see what is clear to you. At the very top of the waterfall, there appears to be a broken bridge. And on the far distance of your vision, you see that there is a chain, and next to it there appears to be a ferry of some kind that's like beached next to the chain. There's a strange light that appears to gleam from there. Pop, you get just high enough a roll to notice that through the raging torrent of the waterfall, you see that there appears to be a number of mechanical wheels that are rolling loosely behind the waterfall. To your mind, this seems almost like some kind of advanced windmill kind of watermill device that is rolling, using the power of the waterfall to turn wheels beneath its cascading power.
Curious. Pop will point this out to the other two. Do you see? If you look deep into the waterfall, you may see some devices behind the water now. My hypothesis might be that this is some sort of windmill of the water, if you will. Some way of utilizing the torrent of water which thunders around us to some unknown aim.
Can you all give me a listen check, please?
$18. Oh.
28.
Brilliant checks. You all, three of you, hear something combined with a slight feeling, a slight sensation that each of you share, because each of you share the same column of squares that you stand on, looking out into this vast gulf. You hear a sudden whirring behind you. You suddenly realise that craftily concealed into the walls there is a rail on which two wheels roll on either side of the corridor. Projected from those wheels there appears to be a wall of magical light that begins to slowly approach you. It moves 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blocking your way out. Roll initiative.
Initiative against the wall. Oh.
What?
No.
That's a rare treat.
Gosh.
Oh, Galeric. Check your bad self.
So Galeric got a critical success on the initiative roll.
As did Pop.
Oh my god, who's got the higher? So that is Pop then, I guess. Goes before.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. And then Fleece. Alarmed, Pop, you whirl about and you see your peril. The magical wall appears to be rolling towards you, projected by these wheels that are moving on a railing towards you. In horror, you look down and notice that there are scratch marks that run across the floor, all leading towards this direction. What do you do?
Fliss is pretty good at climbing, right?
Yes.
Pop turns to Galeric and says, "Hold me."
Aww.
I'm serious, hold me! And he'll cast Spider Climb on Galeric.
Ah.
Okay. Galeric, you feel this power surge through you as Pop yells, "Hold me." The spell wall is rumbling towards you. What do you do?
Well, as this happened, Garek's like, what have you done to me? What do I do? What's going on?
Well, I've cast a certain spell, which... Well, it gives you the abilities to climb a wall like a spider.
Oh, I see, okay. Galeric was looking at the cogs, wondering if he can hit it, but now he's got Pop and he can walk on a wall, he'll very tentatively go, "Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I can. Oh, look at that." As Galeric kind of steps a bit cautiously, using all of his hands as he kind of arches down. Well, 3 hands, and then Pop as well.
You don't need to use your hands. Just use your feet.
I know, but it's disconcerting.
Okay.
So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Galeric would get to about there then, walking with Pop.
With Spider Climb, is it just your normal movement? You can use your normal movement to traverse, or is it still slowed down? I don't actually remember.
Subject gains a climb speed of 20 feet.
Which is my normal
speed anyway.
Normal
That's
speed.
fine.
Yes.
So yeah, you climb out, and it is an unnerving feeling, Galeric. You've never done this. Well, maybe you have, but nothing that you can recall has ever been like this before. You step out into this cavern that falls far below you. To fall from such a height, you know, would be incredibly dangerous to fall from this height. Just let me reassure you, or assure you. Sorry, there's nothing reassuring about this. As Galeric, you do that with your turn. We now move to Fleece. Fleece, this spell wall is rumbling towards you. What do you do?
Well, I mean, all Fleece can do is step out over the edge, same as Galeric,
Yep.
cling on, and just sidle round the corner until it passes. But he doesn't have spider climb, he has to just do normal climb.
That's right, yeah.
Sorry, I had to choose one of you, and I thought you were more likely to survive climbing than.
Oh, very much so.
Absolutely. So if you'd like to make a climb check then, please.
Why don't you climb out the same side as us, though?
25.
Yep, that is absolutely fine. You're able to climb out onto this. Yep, that's absolutely fine. I've actually got the set DCs of the climb thing here, so we're by the book. You're absolutely fine. You throw yourself out. What, is there any way in particular you're doing that? Like, are you below the edge, or are you sort of on the wall by the side of it? Did you say?
So he's sort of stepped over the edge. He's reached around the side, and he's clinging on so that he can look around to see where the spell is, and he's got belly to wall, and he's just stepped around the corner, and is literally just the same level as the ledge that he stepped off of.
Very good. Okay, we're back to the top of the round. The rolling can be heard more and more, and it moves a further 6 squares. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, it comes to the end of its rails. And now this magical wall is blocking your entrance back into the corridor. Pop, it is your turn. You are clinging onto Galeric, and Galeric clings onto you.
Yes. We could try and make it over to the bridge. Fleece, do you think you can? Do you think you can manage that? It's a little way. But if you stay near Galeric, you might be able to help.
This is the bridge, but this is level, right? I'm not going uphill there.
Yeah, so you're the height of where the bridge is at the moment. So you're at the height of the top of the falls,
Right.
this falls away below you. Yeah.
I think that I probably can make it. It is fine.
Okay. So a normal climb speed, what would that be for you, Fleece? Would that be half your movement? So I guess that would be...
I think so.
Probably 20 as well, then, presumably.
You can do an
Yeah,
accelerated
half the
climb at
movement's
-5, but that's not useful right now.
No, I don't want to do that. I think half my speed is 20 anyway.
Yeah, we'll just say 20 then. That seems fair. And you'd be so adept at climbing walls in the mountains anyway, it'd almost be like you have spider climb in some instances, just not walking.
Actually, it says at 1/4 your normal speed.
Oh, well.
So 10. Oh.
10. So that's quite a lot of checks.
It does kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
though,
it does, yeah.
But
Okay.
if you're using a spell, and you can move at 20 with a spell,
Yeah.
why would I be able to move the same speed as someone using magic?
Yeah, that's fair. So in that case then, that is quite a long way and quite a few climb checks for Fleece to make, if that is your plan though.
Can cast Spider Climb on you as well, if you want, Matt.
I mean, how high a level spell is it, though?
It's only third. No, it's not. It's second.
Yeah, I was
Second.
going to say, I'm pretty sure it's two.
Looked at the wrong number.
But you have to get to Pop for him to cast that, so that would still be a climb check to get to him, and that would be more than one climb check to get to him.
2 climb checks to get.
2 climb checks to get to him.
Do you want me to make 2 climb checks now?
Well, you can only move that movement, so you would do 1 check now, and then another one on your next turn. Yeah, you are able to move with a natural 20. That's perfect. This magical wall...
The natural 20s show up.
The magical wall kind of is like giving this humming sound as you look upon it.
Can I identify what spell the wall?
Give me a spellcraft check, please.
Or he just assumed it was dangerous. It might just be a trick. 9.
It's magic.
Some sort of magical wall.
Yeah, it's magic, all right. Okay. So wall pop. We're kind of out of turn at the moment. Galeric, you.
I mean, I'm pretty much going. I go immediately after Pop, but I was hovering there just in case.
That's okay. I mean, and then Fleece, you did that. So let's just say we go back to the top of the round. Then the wall remains where it is. Pop, it's your turn.
I see. I'll hold the spider climb ready to cast as soon as Fliss is within touching distance.
Okay, Galeric, do you just remain put? Stay put?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold me out!
So please, one more climb check, please, and they'll be able to cast that readied spider climb onto you. You just need to do one more successful climb check. You're able to hold on. You hold on tight, and you then fall into the range of Pop's reach, and spider climb is cast upon you.
You both are able to climb for 80 minutes.
Lovely.
There it is.
And I probably could have made a few climb checks, but so many in a row, I was going to get a 1.
Yeah.
I was going to roll a 1 at some point. I was just going to do it.
Yeah. You feel a bit better as you look at the gulf below as it as water cascades torrenting down into this internal mountain cavern. That was Fleece. So now we're pretty much free for you to act now, because there's no the wall has moved where it was going to move. It doesn't appear to be moving anywhere else. So you guys can just use your movement to go where you need to go.
Lovely.
To the bridge.
To the bridge.
To the bridge.
Yeah.
So you get to the bridge, and you see it's this severed masonry, long broken. A natural defense that bars a pathway ahead. You guys can't help but feel a little disorientated now. You've gone in an unusual direction, up an unanticipated route. What do you do?
Should we check what's this way first?
That would make yes. Be safe.
Traversing the other way. We don't want to get stuck partway round there. Well, if we can even make it around there, I assume that's climbable.
Yeah, there's like a large double doors that they're at the top of a staircase there.
Can I check for traps and things?
Yeah, you definitely can. You can give me a search check.
Great. 21.
You're confident that there are no traps. You're also on the... Well, yeah, I'll just say you're confident there won't be anything on those doors with that check.
I think we're fine to open the doors.
Yep, you can do so.
Somebody else can do this one. I did the last one.
And you find that you are in a connecting corridor that winds around a corner. There is another door, this time a single door, set in the centre of the wall there.
Shall we?
You want to do this one?
I'll take the honours. Ooh.
You open the door and you are met with not just the roar of the waterfall at your back, but now the sound of humming meets your ears. There appear to be a number of magical devices that churn and groan at the bottom of a flight of stairs. You're sort of like on an observation gangway that looks over these devices. Do you have use magical device, Pop?
Yes.
I think that might be a relevant role. I don't know if this... you can give me that, and you can give me a spellcraft check as well.
Okay. So this is use magic device.
Yeah, sure.
17.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Spellcraft is actually the same number. 15 spellcraft.
With your observation that you made from the wheels that are being wound by the great waterfall, you determine that this is some kind of magical dynamo set up. The spellcraft lets you know that this is universal magic housed in a magical containment device. Someone has made a massive contraption where they are able to generate raw arcane energy, and it is being housed in these generators, almost these receptacles is probably a better term. And they appear to hum with magical life, magical potential. There are a number of other magical contraptions that are across the wall. An artificer would probably spend hours examining all the different components and contraptions that are within. There are 2 cauldrons that sit at the far corners as well that swirl with mysterious liquid. And there are also 2 chests, you might have noticed as well, in the far end.
Pop will take a look at these devices and turn to the others and say, "This is beyond me."
Wow.
The magical devices in the middle of the room seem to contain magic in potentia, but to what end? What are the other things in this room? I'm speechless. This is something else.
I did not think I would ever see the day when you were stumped, little friend.
Garrick will just step down the stairs, and on the bottom there will attempt to use detect evil, but just try to encompass as much as possible within the cone.
Very good. And it is a cone that exudes before you, is that right?
It is. It's a 60-foot cone, so...
Okay, I just want to bring up the spell, just because I don't want to shortchange you, to be honest with you. I want to make sure...
I'm fairly sure that you can hold it for... Because it works in the same way as Detect Undead that I was using before. Oh, you got the cone thing.
Yeah, you don't detect any evil within this room. The magic doesn't appear to be malign in any way, which lines up with your assessment of this being a Horizon Walker established institution, of course, that being from a very long time ago. If anything, that probably arouses suspicion that this appears to be active when that order has not been known of since the Third Era.
It has maybe been running for a long time, gathering magic. There's a lot of magic.
Yeah.
Do we think there is anything important in the chests? Should we check, or is that foolish?
Pop, how do they look? I didn't seem to get anything evil from them, but that's not to say that there isn't anything.
Pop briefly considers casting Detect Magic and then decides that in a room so full of magical potential, there would be very little point.
I have a headache.
He will very carefully move through the room and look at the chests before opening them, because he doesn't want to set anything off.
Please just walked across the room, wasn't remotely careful.
What are you doing?
He just walked over to the chest like tra-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, and as you go through, it's like you walking through like a machine factory, like there's like a kind of like constant kind of noise that you find yourselves in. You're having to speak up a little to hear each other talk. So you approach the chest. Did you want to make any checks on the chest at all whilst you approach?
Yeah, if I could check them for traps or...
Yeah, just give me a search check, that'll be fine, yeah.
31.
Very good. And it's almost a shame in a way, because what you discover is actually fairly apparent and would have been more apparent than that. But regardless, you approach the chest and you are sort of suspicious to see that the sides of each of the chests have like been broken away. There's holes in the chests. And inside there just appears to be like a twisted mass of some kind of material. Though through the holes in the chest, it's difficult to determine what lies within, or at least what remains within.
Are the chests locked, or are they...
They don't appear to be locked. With that search check, you know that you could just flip the lids open. There would be nothing to prevent you from doing so. And there doesn't appear to be any trap upon the chest either.
Nevertheless, Pop will use his long spoon tools to open the chest from 5 feet back. Just one initially as well, just in case anything emerges.
Yep, so you open them and nothing happens. They just open with a hollow dunk. But as you do so, are you opening both at the same time or just one?
Just one.
The one that you're nearest, Pop?
Yeah.
Yep, so you're able to do so.
Unless the others are opening the other one at the same time, but...
One at a time.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. You open it and there's like a hollow thunk, and as you do that, like part of the chest sort of like withers away and falls apart to the point that there's only really the base left. This chest was really, really broken to pieces, a husk of what it once was, and inside there appears to be a number of leather wrappings and completely rusted away weapons. Can you all make a spot check for me, please?
I'll have 'em.
Also 11.
16.
You all fail.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't like that sound.
You are too late to hear the scuttling advance of 2 diabolical creatures. Pop, you stagger away, realizing that what was in the chest were weapons, eaten away by rust. two rust monsters explode from either side of this room and unfortunately make a direct sprinting beeline for the most amount of metal in the room.
Galaric, run. The bane of any D&D campaign.
That one takes a 3-5-foot step, and it is going to make a touch attack against you, Galaric. What is your touch armor class?
10.
That is a touch. Is your armor magical?
It is.
Please give me a reflex saving throw, DC 17.
No.
The rust monster slams against you, Galaric, and its antennae is moving across you, and as it does, it's like a 3D printer, but in reverse. Layer after layer after layer of your armoured protection is eaten away. Your armour is destroyed.
Oh no!
Oh.
My +1 armour.
Oh my god.
5, 10, 15. What was the touch again, sorry, Galaric?
10.
That's a hit. What other magical... Well, what other metal have you got on you? We've got your shield, don't we?
Got my animated heavy steel shield. I've got a keen glaive.
Smells good, doesn't it? Or your glaive. Okay, so 1 and a 2, it's going to be your glaive. 3 and a 4, it's your shield. Roll a d4.
1.
Your glaive. Please make a reflex saving throw, DC 17.
Oh!
Galaric, how do you pull your glaive from safety as this rust monster just scuttles towards you?
Above the head, along with my shield.
Very good. So as you do that, you defend yourself from its touch. Roll initiative.
Oh no!
11. Again.
I'm going last in the round because I rolled a 1.
And Pop's potentially going first.
Dude, you just lost your magical armor. Like, that's your
That was
main
9
thing.
points of armor class. Gone.
And like all your money that you spent.
Mostly on that and the shield. Not so much the keen glaive.
Oh my god!
The magic armor.
Galaric, and then Fleece with a critical fail. Okay.
Yeah.
Pop,
Galaric
it's your turn. You see that Galaric is just flanked by these two rust monsters. You're looking around and you suddenly realise that whatever devices that these are made out of, there's some kind of repellent alloy defending themselves against the rust monsters, and they are hungry for what has entered this chamber. What do you do?
Pop will immediately, seeing the destruction that has already been wrought, just go to his strongest spells, which he's not cast any of yet, and he casts a rainbow pattern as the room fills with fascinating lights.
Very good.
So 24 hit dice worth of creatures are affected by this.
Okay. So they both need to make a save, because they both
Yeah,
don't
so
have
it's-
24 hit die between them, so that's fine.
Great.
So what's the save they have to make?
The save is will, as always, and it's a DC 21. It's my first 4th level.
I don't mind doing this. I'm going to make these rolls public, because I think if they pass these rolls, they are just going to carry on doing what they're doing. You are aware of this. So I will roll their will saves publicly, so you know I'm not trying to screw you over or whatever, any more than I already have, of course. So the first one, DC, what was it?
21. Oh, fuck.
First one saves. Second one fails. So the one most south of Galaric is fascinated by the patterns. But the other one is doggedly starved of the metal that it so yearns and passes. Anything else on your turn, Pop?
I will move. Oh.
Okay, you move. Galaric, D4, 1 and a 2 it's your glaive, 3 and a 4 it's your shield.
Glaive.
Okay, DC 17 reflex saving throw. Oh, once again, Galaric, what is it you do to stop it from latching onto you? No. Very good. That one has spent its turn doing that, and it remains on you as a target. It is dogged in its wish to consume that. The second one, however, now is fully succumbed to the fascination. Does that mean he just stands still, Pop? What's the procedure?
So fascinated creatures are entranced. It stands or sits quietly, taking no actions other than to pay attention to the fascinating effect for as long as the effect lasts. -4 on skill checks. A potential hostile creature will give it a new saving throw against the fascinating
That's right.
effect.
So if it's attacked, then it will come out of it, but otherwise, for all intents and purposes, he's just focusing on the fascination.
Yeah, if it attacks, it breaks the effect. If you approach it, it gets another save. So
Okay.
just try and go nearer to it.
Okay. I imagine the rust monster is fascinated by some delicious-looking metal item that you're showing it, Pop. What is Pop showing it?
I think it's like a giant mirror.
So tasty. Very good and fantastic turn there. He is fully fascinated, meaning it is now Galaric Doomdriven's turn.
Galaric has had on his person as a backup weapon Sky Snap, the Shocking Burst longsword.
Yes.
And so Galaric, keeping the glaive up high and the shield doing its thing, is going to draw Sky Snap to attack the one directly in front of him who's been attacking him.
Yep, very good.
He is in a fury. He is in a holy fury right now.
Sure.
He is having all his fury points have come back, and he is in a furious strike.
Let's hope you get him. Let's hope you get him.
Horrible creature. No power attacks because I can't guarantee this is going to hit. We don't know. 30.
It's a hit. There's a snap and a roll of thunder as Sky Snap lands. Roll your damage.
Plus 4 plus 1d6 shock plus 1d8 hellfire. 14 points of damage.
Oh, well, listen, it's good. The
Minimum.
wretched creature, frazzles with both electricity and hellfire, but it's relentless, still continues to reach out with those dreadful antennae, wanting to rust every part of your belongings. Anything else on your turn, Galaric?
I mean, drawing it was the move action. I suppose I could take a 5-foot step to there, but that's about it.
Yep, they hungrily assess you as you take a step. Very good. Okay. That was Galaric. Blease, it is your turn.
Take a 5-foot step. Which one did Galaric hit?
So you have approached the fascinated creature. So does he get a save immediately, Dom?
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
So,
Otherwise, we'll forget.
yeah, I will. I just want to do it now. So, what is the save?
If anybody approaches it, is it?
Any enemy, yeah.
Fair enough.
21 still.
That's a 2 on the die. He remains fascinated. Continue, please.
So Galaric hit the one to the north.
Yeah, he got him. He smashed him with Sky Snap. That's right.
Because I really don't want more of Galaric's stuff to be destroyed, I'm going to drop straight into another rage. I'll take 4 points off for a power attack. We'll go for 1 hit to start with on the one above. That is a 19.
Is a hit.
And then the second hit on that one. Mother of... I'm getting annoyed. There's a 22.
That's
it's
just
a
a
miss.
miss. Yeah.
But the first one hit. So, on the one that Galaric just hit, with a 4-point power attack in a rage. So 4, then... Skadoosh. 36.
It poises in to leap back at Galaric, but Fleece, you're there in a heartbeat and you kill the thing. What is it like?
Literally, he just squishes it like a bug into the floor, just full force, everything he's got straight down. But I have cleave, so I will cleave onto this one over here.
Yes.
As I finished it. It's my first ever cleave.
Yes.
Please kill it.
That is 31 to hit.
That hits.
I mean, I'm not sure he'll kill it, but he'll...
Oh, but it'll snap out of fascination.
Please kill it.
34.
How'd you kill it?
God for that.
You sneaky bugger.
Yeah, so he literally, it's a swipe and a swipe. Like, he steps forward and it's so quick because he's in a panic because he's just seen it completely eradicate Galaric. So he just swipe, and just splits them both open.
And with that, the rust monsters have been destroyed. Yeah, at a glance, Pop, you see that this whole room has been in some way defended from the rust monsters' gnawing attempts due to the magic that pours around here, but the introduction of a new type of metal was just the ticket for the rust monsters.
Do you remember in the Mortal Kombat movie when Liu Kang steps his foot and he goes, That's Galaric's response now, as he's just...
Maybe don't keep touching them.
Stamps on them, yeah. Oh, no.
There's no metal left on my foot, Fleece.
Yeah. Are you naked?
Galaric, it may not be as impressive as your armor, but allow me to... and he touches you and creates some illusionary armor that looks just like your actual armor, except slightly see-through.
Does
and
nothing.
it's mage armor on you.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you were just doing the illusion. It'll make you
I'm
feel defended, if nothing else.
Dude, that
Mage armor will last
sucks.
for 8 hours.
There's literally nowhere to buy stuff either. You're just like 9 points
That's all
down.
right.
Oh my
Galaric
god.
shtick is taking a punch. I've still got a fair bit of health, though, so I can still tank that.
Yeah, it's a disaster, but it could have
Take solace, Matt. You have more aim armor. You have more AC than I do now. So
Well,
I would imagine Galaric's helmet. He's looking a bit like an Elden Ring speedrunner at this point, in like his skivvies and underclothing, but the helmet is still on.
I love that.
Should I keep this helmet on or not? What do you guys think?
a cool look.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's awfully cold in here, isn't it?
I mean, I rather like it, but
I do feel awfully exposed. Oh well. Toughened skin. Bit of an armour in itself. Anyway, what was in those chests? Suit of armour?
Possibly, but it's been rusted, I'm afraid, Caloric. It's won't be much use to you.
Oh, bugger. Oh, I wonder.
Is there anything else that you want to look at in this room?
The liquid in the corners of the room. Did you say it was a liquid?
Yeah, there appears to be some liquid in this alloyed cauldron, yes.
These, yes, I'd like to take a closer look.
Yeah, give me a... You can give me knowledge... What would it be? No, it wouldn't be knowledge arcana. It would be either spellcraft or alchemy. I think would be the fairest. Yeah, just give me a spellcraft. That's fine. There's a reason why you'll likely know what this is. It's not a very high DC.
10.
You recognise the liquid. This appears to be a healing of some kind. There appears to be a number of doses in each cauldron.
A healing.
You estimate
Like a
yeah.
cure.
Yeah, so you estimate that there would be 3 helpings of cure moderate wounds in each cauldron, so 6 cure moderate wounds in total.
Well, every cloud has a healing lining.
Nice.
so we can use emptied thingies, can't we? And just take 2 each.
That's right, yeah, that's fine.
Lovely.
Are they of a certain level? Can we identify?
Just the standard cure moderate wounds, so 2d10, 2d8 plus 10, sorry.
Cool. Sorry, I think you probably did say that, but I didn't.
I don't think I did, but then you're fine. I just assumed. And assume makes an ass out of you and me.
Ming. There's one more room, isn't there?
There
Potentially
is,
in
and I
the
think
wall,
that's
right?
what we'll wait and we'll see. Yeah, if you want to go check out,
We
the
might
room-
not go there, bro.
Well, this is it.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, of course we will. Mike's part of the party.
Yeah, that's true.
Nary a door left closed.
Hey, I'm just looking to see if there's any clothing around there.
You've got your mage armor covering your dignity.
Yeah, you'll have like your
Yes, yes.
undergarments. You don't just wear
Yes, yes.
armor on naked skin, do you? Like you've got.
What you don't understand, Rob, is he's actually got a chastity belt on. Or hat.
Normally you don't wear armor on naked skin, but I think Galaric.
Gallo, probably. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
His
fair.
skin is a second armour. He does
That's
have natural
right,
armour,
yeah.
So.
Okay. Very good.
This way, fellows. To the blue room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing. My speed's gone up.
Aha! Yes, you sprint down the corridor.
My
Gallo.
speed is now 30 feet.
Very good.
One bonus.
I need to catch up with this. So yeah, you go back down the corridor, and you recognise that you've just come back from the area that you've just come from, and yeah, that one last door remains.
I'll quickly check it for traps.
Very good. Give me a search check.
Always the one I don't check. I'll be the one. That might be trapped. Never mind. I just open it.
Yeah, it's fine.
How?
In checking for traps, you accidentally open it.
And thankfully, it actually
Just
is.
drifts open.
There inside appears to be a number of things. First of all, this makes up as sort of like a supply room. You find that there's a number of choice food items that have been in here to sustain the blood judges, you estimate. There's also a crates with a number of different potions inside. There's also a well with a contraption built into the side of it. You can investigate the potions and supply or the well. Which one do you choose first?
Let's build up to the well. Let's start with the potion and supply.
Very good.
Yes.
Pop, would you like to give me a D100 roll, please?
Always. 86.
You find an oil of greater magic weapon +3.
Ooh, one of you two can have that.
Oh, it's that oil that I used and
And totally
completely
wasted.
wasted
Yeah, that's
last
quite
time.
nice. It's nice.
I used it to whiff on the
Please, I think this would be good for you.
Dragonborn, right?
That's right.
Well, I mean, Gallery, let's wait and see what else we get, because I feel like you're owed.
It would. My glaive is already keen enough as it is. So
Oh, I see. All right, I'll take it.
And then, as we say that, then, please, if you'd also like to roll a D100.
Yeah, sure. 98.
Whoa.
Greater magic fang +5.
well,
Oh,
I'm
guys.
currently unarmed. I don't have my gauntlets on anymore,
Great. And Galeric.
but I only fight non-lethally with the fists.
Yes. D100.
95.
Oh,
Wowzers.
Greater magic weapon +4 oil.
There you go again, Fleece.
Whoa, that's good.
I'll put the magic fang into the shared loot.
Yeah, so greater magic weapon +4 for that one. Yep.
Dom magic weapon +3 and +4.
And +5 magic fang is in the shared loot.
Spot on.
Wow.
Yeah, if you'd like to roll again, please, Dom.
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
60.
You find a potion of water breathing.
For that underwater level.
For that
Any day now.
looming underwater level, long foreshadowed.
I feel like we've got a couple of those now.
There's 2, potentially. Matt, if you'd like to give us another roll, D100, please.
91.
91.
90.
Magic vestment +3, which gives you a +3 to your armor class, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, so don't think it stacks on armor, but it stacks on like clothing. I don't fully remember.
Yeah. Well, we'll look into it, but that certainly
Pretty
gives you
sure
armor.
it does
Yeah.
stack on armor, so long as it doesn't stack with the magic bonus on armor. So
Yes.
Well, there
if
you
you're,
go,
if you're
that's
just wearing
something.
normal armor, you get a magic bonus. But I've lost my character sheet now because my iPad's died.
Oh no. Well, we won't have much longer to go. We'll just quickly deal with these loose ends. Galeric, yeah, D100, please.
Bosh. 89.
What? Another high number.
89.
After all these ones.
Magic vestment +3.
So is that 2 magic vestments +3?
Yeah. The blood justice came for battle, but didn't use any of this. Clearly, hubris was their downfall.
I'll put both of those into the shared loot.
Yeah, perfect.
Feel free if you want to take one, just delete it from there.
So
Great.
you've emptied these potions, clearly brewed for the purpose of war. The other thing that you note is that there is a contraption built onto the side of what looks like a well, basically. You can do a check on it to determine its use. It would be use magic device, like the last time.
I would love to do a use magic device check. 14.
What you can tell about this magic device is exerting a pressure on the water to allow the water level to remain where it is. Because, of course, you are at a point far higher than the rushing water that flows beneath. This effectively serves as a water source for those that would hold up in here. So they would have a continual supply of water to keep their thirst slaked. It's a fairly advanced piece of machinery for such a humble yet critical use.
Pop will pass that on with typical style of explaining a bit too much detail of how he thinks it might work. Which I won't go into because I can't think how it might work.
That's fine. That's
It
okay.
might work.
We're running on fumes, but we're gonna is there anything else you want to do in this area before you proceed?
We've checked everywhere, haven't we? We've searched it. It's not like
Yeah, you've checked everywhere else.
I'm happy to proceed if my good friends are.
Aye.
Very good. Yep, so you head back to where you were.
Is the laser wall still there?
You can pop your head back in if you want.
Yeah.
You pop your head back in. Did you just step inside?
No, that was just so I could see and
Okay.
I understand how the trap
I
works.
had to check. I was like, did you just do what I think you just did? You poke your head in and you see that during the time that you've been absent, the wall is gone and the wheels on the rails have rolled back up to reset to where it once was.
Great. Let's not go in there. It is a silly place.
It is a silly place. Very good. So you go back. And upon your return, as you approach the tumbling falls once again, on the far side of the sundered bridge, there stands a pale figure who reaches out a hand and says, "In the name of Lord Nemoritor the Deathless, you shall come no further." That is where we will leave our session tonight. A mixed bag of a game tonight. Goodness gracious. So, as we like to do at the end of every session of Roll the Bones, we like to do a bit of a debrief, and I will ask Matt, what are your thoughts and feelings at the end of the session today?
Ooh, I'm never really sure how to sum up on a scale when we're sort of halfway through a dungeon, because I haven't learned enough to come to any conclusions, but the combat was certainly fun. Nice to see the Blood Judges coming back. Thoroughly enjoy murdering those guys. Although, I mean, I did myself way more damage than they did me.
Honestly, your own worst enemy.
Yeah, massively. Well, me and Galeric both rolling the ones. Intrigued about the place and what the place is actually for. And, pulling out the fucking rust mark, getting really mean there. That's incredibly harsh.
We're early yet.
Yes.
After your head to toe in armor, be a shame if something happened to them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whilst they're on the topic, They
brutal.
beeline for the target that has the most metal on them, and without question, unfortunately, it is Galaric.
And they're one of those enemies that like everyone fears gets included because they destroy.
Yes.
Oh, poor Galaric. So much. I feel awful for you.
That's all.
Any other thoughts, Matt, before we move from you?
No, mate. No, I'm
Yeah.
back fighting the Moritor, so we'll see what happens there.
Okay.
Oh, bloody vampires.
While it's on the topic, then, Michael, what are your thoughts and feelings at the end of the session?
Same. I mean, you can never really tell what's going to happen where we're at the moment. There's still a lot to figure out and learn. Nice to see the callbacks to the Moritor, though. Is it a callback, depending when we are? Don't know.
You don't know who he is, yeah? No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's some bad luck. Twist, like, tanking it, missing with all of his kind of newish abilities. And the one thing, because Galaric's not built for strength, he's built for defense, and he's lost it. So I'll be giving some thought in that brief moment to see how can I adapt his playstyle to now accommodate the radical drop in armor.
What was the armor again? Sorry, I missed what you said, but I didn't catch what it was.
+1 full plate.
Yeah, that's
9 points of armor.
Yep.
Savage. Yeah, an unlucky session for Galaric.
It still won't stop him from calling out the enemies. He just
Maybe doesn't want them to come straight at him anymore.
well, he feels obliged when he's got other people around him, but still.
Yeah, of course. He's got a code to live up to for sure. And nice one being a good sport, mate. I know I would have fucking hated that myself. So, yeah. Savage. And to be fair, considering that it's your reflex save as well.
Yeah, you
Like,
did really, really
You did
well.
really well,
but
and
not
I was like, I honestly foresaw that going a far worse. So in a number of ways.
So
worked
for the
out.
next boss fight, I'm going to be let me solo him or her.
Yeah, it just means you can dodge faster. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Totes.
definitely. Well, as I say, thanks for being a good sport, mate. You took that really well.
It's all good.
And we'll see what happens next time with that. Oh my god! And finally, Pop, Dom, thoughts at the end of the session, please.
Yeah, I enjoyed the sort of mixture of different, not enemies, but things to come up against. The wall was good fun. Thankfully, quickly enough dealt with, but
That's not how
pleased.
I thought you were going to deal with that at all. And I was very pleased. I was like, that's a fucking cool thing to have happened. So that was great.
Yeah, and obviously rest monsters. But then if we'd spot them, it probably would have been a little bit different, wouldn't it?
No surprise round, yeah.
With the spot check followed by.
I think they were always going to go straight for Galaric, though, and bless him, he's not very fast.
No, I'm fast.
It would have done, but we might have been able to deal with one of them first, or
Yeah.
taken one
Be
out,
nice
or
to
taken
take
both
one
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed learning a bit about the lore of the Weather Watchers.
Great, yeah. Faction that has long existed in the setting, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's such a screw you to the
Ross
DM when his factions aren't good enough, so you just
Yeah.
make up your own.
No, it's this faction, actually. I was like, well.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm interested to see when we are, whether or not we're after Nemeritor's fall, and if all of his minions just don't know, or if they have a plan to bring him back. Maybe he's a vampire after all. There's all sorts of things you can do in D&D to bring someone back, or if they are if we're before Nemeritor's downfall and
Yeah.
This was just another pan he had in the fire, another finger in a pie.
Yes.
Very excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, I acknowledge that there might be people that are watching Omen War that might not have seen the last campaign as well. Yeah, that's the main
Go back and
villain
watch it.
of the last.
Yeah, you've got to
one.
go back and watch
You
all
should-
the hundreds of hours.
Watch the hundreds of hours of it.
Go,
It's the only
go
way.
now.
It's the only way.
Put an
Absolutely.
all-nighter. Off you go.
Well, yeah,
All
I'm pleased, you guys. I always love it when you guys go into dungeons because it's just I just get to answer the questions that you guys ask about your environment, which, you know, it's dungeon crawl. We love dungeons. And hopefully you watching love dungeons too, because this is just the very beginning of the dungeon. Will the adventurers find their way to the observatory that looms high above on the high falls? We shall find out next time. If you like this video, give it a like. If you'd like to see more like it, then give us a subscribe. And of course, we end every session by saying the same old saying, and that is, bone them rolls.
Bonum.
My armor.
Don't tell your mum.